All right, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew and Cody are back for another watch party with special guest Ian today. We got a little menage a trois action going on as we penetrate your ear holes here for this very special non-Packers watch party. Being from upstate New York, all three of us, we're going to be breaking down the Packers versus Colts playoff game, as well as probably throwing in a little Packers
I believe
preview.
you mean the Buffalo
Bills
Bills
versus Colts.
You really got Packers on the mind there, Andrew. But yeah, man, we've got a hardcore dedicated Buffalo Bills fan here as a guest, Mr. Ian Hurlburt, drinking the nectar of Buffalo right there. But Ian, I'm curious. I haven't had the chance to see a ton of Bills games this year. When I have seen them, they've been dominating. Obviously, Josh Allen, probably like third in the MVP race. Like, what would you say the strengths and weaknesses of this Bills team are?
Well, definitely the strengths on offense are them pushing the ball downfield and just looking to score as many points as possible. After the first couple games of the year, I think they kind of figured out that passing was going to be their bread and butter. So, it doesn't matter. First down, second down, they're going to be passing most of the time. Probably averaging 15 rushes, 15 design rushes a game, at this point between their backs. So definitely passing game and pushing it down the field for offense. And then on defense, they blitz a fair amount, but really try and play coverage. Me and Andrew were talking a little bit before about, maybe one of their keys to this game will be getting some pressure with their front four and their defensive ends on Phillip Rivers and kind of getting him uncomfortable. Maybe hasn't been their forte as much this year as it has been in the past, and hopefully they can dial up some exotic blitzes or some confusing coverages to kind of get Phillip Rivers rattled a little bit.
I'm kind of curious on that front. Past couple years, Bills defense has consistently been top 10. And it seemed like this year they took a step back. Like, as far as I know, you guys didn't really lose any major personnel, right?
Yeah, I mean, they lost a couple of defensive pieces on the line. Maybe they didn't have, they lost Shaq Lawson, they lost Jordan Phillips in the offseason. Lorenzo Alexander retired. They filled it in with Mario Addison and Quentin Jefferson, and then drafted AJ Epinesa. So those guys didn't fill in quite as well, but I think a lot of it was Milano and Edmonds being injured earlier in the season, and then subsequently nursing those injuries really until the bye week. Once they got out of the bye week, Tremaine Edmonds looked a lot better, and then even the last couple weeks, Milano, even just his snaps that he's played coming out of the bye week even were, 15, 20, 30, and now finally he's, back up to his normal, 75 to 85% of the snaps. So I think that's really made the difference in the second half of the year is just getting healthy.
Who are you looking at on the defensive side to need to step up here and play better than they did during the regular season to make an impact here in the playoffs?
Yeah, I'm really hoping it's Jerry Hughes. I think he can be a game changer. He's the one on the defensive line that can kind of take over still. I hope Ed Oliver, he's not Aaron Donald, and I think everybody kind of was hoping he was going to be. That's not going to be his role.
Yeah, I haven't heard his name being said too much this year, despite being the lofty draft status. They're
right,
pretty quiet.
And maybe he won't get there. He's good. He's good. He's not. I mean, not very many are Aaron Donald.
A few years to round into shape.
Those defensive linemen are kind of, they fly under the radar because what they really bring to the team and their value doesn't always show up on the stat sheet, so.
Right. Well, and Star Latulele, who opted out at the beginning of the year, that was a big guy that did exactly what you just said there. stuffed a lot of run lanes, kept Milano and Edmonds, clean and let them just fly around. And him opting out really was a big adjustment because that's not Ed Oliver. He's not a big dude that's going to take up space. So,
all right,
man, it's so
so
different
Colts
with
receive the
fans there,
kickoff.
man.
Phillip Rivers takes the snap out of shotgun.
looks like a first off the
T.Y. Hilton.
TY. Cody,
so-
I just saw Jared Veld here is starting for the Colts today.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's Ian. I'm not sure if you know, but Jared Feld here. He
Always that left
holds
tackle
some
too.
significance for Packers fans. He started a playoff game for us last year when Brian Bulaga was sick, and then as soon
Played
as
well,
David
too.
Bakhtiari tore his ACL, I'm like, man, we got to call up Jared Veld here. Unfortunately, the Colts had already snatched him up.
First down.
And
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor, a little dive up the middle. He's
So
come on really hot in the back half of the season.
yeah,
And
so
that's a weakness for the Bills is their rush defense, and people are nervous about it.
yeah, I pointed that out to Cody. We talked about that earlier in the week where I feel like the Colts game plan for this is probably going to be try to run the ball a lot and keep the offense on the sidelines, try to keep Josh Allen off the field for as long as possible and win that time possession battle, as well as they're probably hoping to force Allen into a couple turnovers today and win that turnover battle, which he's been a lot better at this year than he has in years past. So,
I mean, it's kind of silly to, I guess, even make the statement, but if, they win the turnover battle and can control time of possession, keep them competitive at the very least. So,
yeah, I think I don't see I see it being a potential blowout in Buffalo's favor. I would never in a million years think that it'd be an Indy blowout on Buffalo. If anything, Indy's going to hope to kind of keep it close throughout the whole game and just kind of might hope it comes down to like a last possession type battle. I know that defense in Indy's really good, but they've kind of fallen off a little bit as of late, and the offense has some significant weapons, but they still got 41-year-old Phillip Rivers back there who's like a statue and stuff. But
come on.
Well, that statue.
Jonathan
looked like
Taylor's
a
he
QB
threw for
sneak
the
at
first
first,
down.
but I think Rivers was. I don't know. That it was Jonathan Taylor. He gets the first down on a 3rd and 2 here. So far, game plan: lots of runs, short passes, and really that's what it's going to be about. Indy has a dominant offensive line. They're going to want to shorten the game, keep the ball out of the Buffalo offense's hands. Rivers, if he's put in a situation where he has to start chucking it, he is a guy who will cough the ball up.
Oh my God, dude! Holy cow!
Jonathan Taylor ripping off a 12-yard run.
I mean, you can clearly see what the game plan is, especially on this first drive. At this point, they're almost in field goal range. You gotta hope that this defense can kind of shorten his leash and potentially keep him out. They still got a shot to keep him out of field goal range, but at the very least, hold him to 3 points, especially in these playoffs. So,
and watching the games all year, like I have been, that's something this defense has really been like a bend don't break type of defense. I think they get him for a loss here.
There we go.
That's a good play.
Hitting the backfield.
They've really kind of relied on their offense. Said, you know what, we're confident our offense is going to score 7. So if we take some chances, give up a couple of chunk plays, but can still hold you to 3, we still feel good about our chances. So they've really kind of taken that mentality this season, which is different because in the past it had been, the offense was going to score, 14 points hopefully, and that's not, and you give up a couple of field goals and you're worried, tipped at the line there.
Ooh. Big
that
play.
You get worried that you're not going to score enough. But this year the defense, has confidence and maybe plays a little bit looser. Milano getting his hands on it.
So this is a big 3rd down on this first drive. They're still not really in field goal range. If they could get an incomplete pass or even a sack or something on this, it's a clear.
Yeah.
It's a clear passing down.
3rd and 11, so it's going to be a good chance for the Buffalo defense to.
Who's the kicker for the Colts this year?
I think it's
Rodrigo
still Vinatieri
or something.
Oh, Rodrigo Blankenship.
Blankenship. right? He's got the rec specs, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
Brought a little bit of pressure.
There's in the shotgun.
Oh, come
Launches
on!
No! Incomplete. They give it to
Oh,
Gonna
him?
be close.
no.
They didn't give it to him.
Oh, they said first down on the broadcast.
I thought
It's
I
gonna be
saw that
close.
side
Hyde, turn
side
your head
judge come in.
around. Turn your head around, Hyde.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh, it's
no, the
incomplete.
That
ball's
could have been
clearly
a
out.
pick six.
It should have been a
Hyde was
pick
watching
six. Goes right through Hyde's hands.
it. Okay, so
That's a
Speaking
good
of
stop.
Micah Hyde, I mean, Micah
hold up
Hyde,
and stop him.
ex-Packer. I mean, you guys got to be feeling pretty silly.
dude, we have a legacy of letting defensive backs go and play better for other teams.
Oh, it's not just Hyde; it's everywhere. Every team gets a Packer. I just can't wait for Jair to go and help out another teams
Don't
here in a
even
couple
say
years.
that, man.
What? I'm not sure what they're talking about. What are they discussing here?
Are they
I mean,
talking about potentially going for it? No.
well, not even that. But are they? I mean, he clearly doesn't catch it.
No,
Yeah.
not even close.
Hyde should have picked this. But I mean,
Yeah,
why are we showing 10 replays of a very clearly incomplete pass?
Only thing I can think is if they were looking at potential pass
Yeah,
interference.
they're definitely
Yes.
Looks
Well,
like
they're
gonna
punting it.
punt.
Well, hey, that's Indy.
That's a win.
Indy is
Yeah.
the second highest. They hold the second highest scoring percentage on the opening drive of a game. So holding them to
Man,
getting them
gets
to
him at the
punting.
one.
Pin them at the one. That was a good punt for Andy.
It was a very good punt.
Well,
And Andre Roberts has been a
electric.
revelation for the Bills this year. He, even if, Isaiah McKenzie last week, getting the return for a touchdown, a lot of people are like, oh, well, maybe we should put him back there. Roberts has flipped the field so many times this year on kickoffs, punts. I mean, he got second pro all team this week for kick return, and he's been worth every penny that the Bills have paid him so far.
What's it like to have a good special teams, dude?
It
I don't
feels good.
I don't know what that feels like. I don't think I've ever heard those.
We even got a first down on a fake punt last week.
Those sort of things don't happen in Green Bay. But
No,
we just hope for a fair catch without him muffing it in Green Bay. That's all we hope for.
So I'm curious because you mentioned Roberts got second team All Pro as a special teamer. Looking at that All Pro list, I actually saw Cole Beasley made second team. All-Pro wide receiver.
So I was listening to something today. So he actually tied with a bunch of guys for second team, and I believe if I remember correctly, he got one vote and tied. And it was like a 5-way tie or something. And the guy that came out and said he voted for him said, I believe that he voted for one like outside receiver and one slot receiver. And that was like how. I think it's insane. Listen, Cole Beasley had a career year. Cole Beasley should have had over 1,000 yards if he was to have played week 17. Had 82 catches. I mean, he had a great year, but he did not have an all-pro year.
He has been a vital part of the Buffalo offense. But yeah, seeing him on all-pro, that's a bit of a shocker for me. But I guess I can see if you're looking at it as an outside and an inside receiver. Yeah,
Right.
maybe he was one of the best slot guys in the league this year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Being a Bills fan, I still think it's a stretch. But I think it was a stretch to have Josh Allen, as second team. Josh Allen's had a great year, but
I'll tell you what's not a stretch. Stephon Diggs on first team. He has had a hell of a year. That trade worked out for you guys in spades.
Yeah,
I think
it
that trade worked out for both teams.
Yeah,
I mean,
Justin Jefferson.
He put up Randy Moss rookie year type stats for Minnesota this year, so it worked out well for both teams.
And some people might say, well, Buffalo could have just drafted Jefferson and saved the pick, but I think Diggs brings a veteran leadership that really transformed the whole wide.
Yeah, Buffalo's more in a win now, and they still got Allen on that rookie deal, so they can
Zach Moss powering forward for a couple.
All right, yeah. So Buffalo's got the ball. They were on their 1 or 2. First play was a handoff to Zach Moss. Picked up about 3 or 4? You think he has?
2, 3.
Yeah. So Ian, earlier you were saying that the Bills, they're going to be pass first. They might try to have 15 designed runs a game. Do you feel like that's just them leaning into their strength, or do you feel that the running game is a weakness they're trying to mask?
Um, I think they're trying to play to their strengths. Their strengths are their receiving core, Josh Allen, and their lines pass blocking. We have two very capable running backs. I think both of them, Zach
Mm-hmm.
Moss and Devin Singletary. But watching the games all year, the number of times they get met 2 yards deep in the backfield and somehow squeeze out 3 yards, it's it's a testament to those guys that
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they get any positive yardage. So, I think I don't want to say they abandon it, but Dayball, finds other ways, quick passes like they had to Cole there, screens, those types of things.
This is where
Josh
Allen's dangerous. This is where he's dangerous.
Allen on the
I
run,
overthrew him.
launches, incomplete. Colts are going to get good field position out of this.
So
That's disappointing.
now I know they're punting here, and that's less than ideal. I do agree with the way with the game plan coming out. So Allen's this is his third playoff game I believe he's had now. No, second, because the first year was Tyrod. He has had a propensity in the past to like kind of get a little like jacked up early in game and like big games, and just starting off with a couple runs might and the run and then the short pass is a way to kind of calm him down and get him into a group here. He just kind of overthrew him
Nice
there.
punt.
I don't worry about Allen getting jacked up early on. I worry that this year he's turned things around, matured as a quarterback, makes smart decisions, but I can't unsee his hero ball in playing against the Texans in the playoffs where he tried to lateral the ball. Like, that's what I worry about is if the game is on the line, he can revert hero
what
ball.
makes him great can also kind of cost him at times, right? It's the same thing with like Brett Favre with the gunslinger mentality.
Exactly what I was going to say was you guys are, we're used to that of Brett Favre, and I think of, unfortunately, when he was in Minnesota, not in Green Bay, but that NFC Championship game, throwing across his body, across the field, pick to end the game. I mean, what makes him great is also what can be, be the demise of a career. So
just because
take the good with the bad.
I think those are the best players to have in the league. Like, you love seeing that risk-taking mentality.
I would still take Brett Favre again all over again.
You want to see him winning? I'll take Aaron Rodgers protecting the ball.
Yeah, but so you want the guy. I mean, Aaron Rodgers can make the throws, any throws, but I'd rather have the guy like Josh that can make those plays. And then if he can limit, which he has this year so far, limited kind of those bonehead, trying to lateral the ball backwards for no reason type plays. Those are things that you hope you can teach out of them, but you can't teach to make kind of some of the throws.
Yeah.
Which, I got to tell you, like, the way he has progressed his game this year, like, he's taken such a massive step forward. I really think your offensive coordinator, Brian Daboll, like, I think someone's going to be after him as a head coach. The work he has done is really phenomenal.
So he's gotten, I believe, 2 interviews or at least requests with the LA Chargers and the New York Jets.
Dude, Chargers would be a sweet gig right now with Justin Herbert out there.
So that's where everybody thinks he's going to go.
He really likes Buffalo, though, doesn't he? He grew up in this area, right?
He does. Well, and I was going to say most of the reason why he gets linked to the Chargers is their GM, I believe. They went to high school together at St. Francis. I believe it was St. Francis in Buffalo. So they have that connection. So everybody immediately goes to that. But we were talking about Andre Roberts before. You guys probably don't even realize, but Corey Bojorquez, the Bills punter, he led the league in net average, I believe. Now I think, had some of the fewest punts in the league this year, but I mean, he has really come on, and at the beginning of the season, people were calling for his job. They said he was terrible, but I mean, we were at the 2-yard line, and we were lucky enough. They're starting at the 36. Epinesa gets a tackle for a couple of yards there. He has been huge to kind of dig us out of a hole just like we were in, punting in our own 10 and pushing them out to the 35-yard line.
And honestly, playoff football, special teams can make such
Make
a
or break
huge
it.
difference.
Mhm.
Like a game might come down to 1 or 2 plays, and if
Yeah.
you have a 40-yard flip in field position,
Mhm.
that can be a major difference in the playoffs.
Well, and we have Tyler Bass, our rookie kicker, that outside of the nice throw, Philip.
Oh, Philip
Outs,
Rivers has been off today so far.
outside of Tyler Bass's first couple games where he struggled,
Mhm.
he's been money. And
You guys
he
drafted him in what, like the 5th round or something?
sixth round, and he just broke Steve Christie's franchise record for points.
The kicker.
Yeah, with the blow up last week of, I want to say he had 8 points because of all the
Bills?
extra points. He
The way
ended
the
up breaking the
Bills
record.
manhandled Miami last week, like they got to be one of the scariest teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, and it makes you question as to the guy. It's hard to say. He's only had 7 games. Oh, Milano looks like he was offsides. Oh man,
and they give up
Ty
the
gets
big
downfield
Big gainer.
anyways.
Big gainer.
So someone who's been pretty quiet in this game so far. I know they've been dedicated to the run. I'm not sure how much he's going to break out, but Cody, you remember who the impact receiver was that did a lot of damage against us when we played the Colts? It wasn't Hilton. It was Pittman.
Michael Pittman.
Pittman had a couple real big catches against us. We lost to Indy, so they were one of our 3 losses. So.
Oh really? I didn't realize that. So you guys have seen them play already this year?
Yeah. We were in position to win that game, but
we had a fumble in overtime.
Yeah. But they're they're a good football team. For a 7 seed, they're not like a normal 7 seed.
Pushing the tempo and pushing it downfield.
And there's Pittman, I think. Yeah, there's
Yep.
That's what I said. There's Pittman. He's tall as hell and quick, and man, I think they're down the red zone already. All right,
and the Colts are pushing the tempo right now.
Yeah, this is where you want to see Buffalo defense kind of do that, bend but don't break, keep them out of the end zone here.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Davius was in coverage on that and just got beat.
Yep.
It's tough to cover a guy that big, though. It's just.
Well, he's that big. He runs that fast, and it was a good throw.
Yeah, he put it right where it needed to be.
Rivers on these deep shots, he's looked pretty accurate. The short throws a little iffy, but deep, he's been looking good.
So he still looks like he struggles to get it downfield. That's because I'm used to watching Josh all year, just flick of the wrist,
making it look super easy.
Tremaine Edmonds stops him for a couple.
All right, so we're looking at like a 2nd and it's probably 7 or so.
2nd and 7.
2nd and 8. What do you think they're calling here? Are they going to go with another run, or are they going to go with a
short pass?
Yeah, I would think maybe like a designed short pass or something like that. Maybe even like a bubble screen, something to get it out on the edge, and then get the ball out in open space. See if you can't pick up 5 or 6.
Yeah, I think they're happy to get a couple here and make it 3rd and short.
Yeah, they're pressing though on those receivers, which can make that hard. So.
And they run it and no gain. But it looks like they had Wilkins in there, maybe.
Yeah.
So if I'm the Bills, obviously Jonathan Taylor.
Oh no, they did have Taylor.
Well this year. But he's a rookie, man. So if I'm the Bills defensive coaches, I'm telling all my guys punch at the ball every time. Rookie, they might not be used to the kind of NFL stripping the ball skills.
It was our boy Hyden on that play there. Poyer's played very well too for a safety this year.
Yeah, and Poyer was we thought a snub from the Pro Bowl and got quite a few All-Pro votes too. Design screen, the Bills read it and they made the tackle.
Play. Well read.
The tackle.
Well read.
Like I said, huge getting off the field. If we can get our offense moving here.
Yeah, the offense, they were just put in a bad spot at the 1 yard line there. So I'll give them a mulligan on that first drive.
Yeah, and a rare 3 and out. We haven't had a ton of 3 and outs this year.
Man, it's weird to see a kicker wear glasses.
I told you the rec specs. Looks weird seeing fans there.
It does.
Yeah. Which actually, I'm surprised. How many fans do they have there?
6,700.
It looks like more than 6,700 though, doesn't it?
I guess they probably just put them in the end zones and don't fill out the middle.
How many?
So I think they just filled out the 100 and 200 level. They don't have anybody in the upper levels.
How many does that stadium fit?
I believe it's 78,000 something.
78,000 and 6,000 fans in there right now. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like it's
Why bother?
crazy. Yeah, I mean, well, no, it just looks like there's a lot of fans there for like that image I just saw. Like, but
Dude, I think football, even if it's only 7,000 fans, like I think football's such an emotional game. I
yeah,
do think it gives the players an extra spark, a little bit of extra hype.
I mean, it probably feels kind of like a really big like high school football game atmosphere right now. You know, like maybe like a state championship or something like that for a football game, getting those like 600 to 700 people type deal there. So
Yeah, and they'll play them, or at least they used to. Previously, they'd play the state championships or the sectional championships at
Mhm.
that field. So probably not too far off. They just have to be a little bit more spread out
Man,
than normal.
man, that'd be an experience for a lifetime getting to play your final high school game at the Ralph or Bill Stadium as it's dubbed now,
It's a new era.
or you know,
No longer new era, but they are. They've said that they're close to announcing a new naming rights deal. They haven't said who.
yeah, I'm gonna keep it on the DL, but just want to let you guys know, keep an eye out for that Context Gaming. They put a bid in. They
Yeah.
put a bid in for the naming rights for the Bill Stadium, so we'll see.
Well, Labatt Blue did say on Twitter that it wasn't them, but that they still had naming rights in for the lots in the stadium. So
Dude, I actually saw that the company that makes bidets, Tushy.
mhm.
I think
they put a bid in.
I think they put a bid in and they wanted to put bidets in all the bathrooms.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
You're talking about the fan base that like literally just puts people through burning tables and then installing the like the best. I
Listen,
don't know.
talking about the fan base, they should have, instead of being the least creative they could have and naming it Bills Stadium, couldn't they have tossed Bills Mafia a bone and called it Bills Mafia Stadium for the year? You're not, no one's paying you for the naming rights anyways. Like, couldn't you just do that and say, hey, it stinks that we can't have you here, but at least we'll name the stadium for the year after you? I mean, I thought that was a missed opportunity.
I mean, they already did basically. I don't know. Depending on the context, look at it, they already like stole the copyright to Bill's Mafia away from the fan base in a way. If
Yeah,
as
that's
many
true.
fans think. So, I mean, I kind of researched that one time. So, Pagula Lilly has his like business firm, and he has a whole department that's in charge of just finding ways to make him more money. Imagine being so rich that you just hire guys to find ways to make you more money. And one of the guys came to him and he's like, "Hey, did you realize that Bill's Mafia isn't actually like trademarked or copyrighted? Like, you can just come in and just take that shit, dude." And he's like, "Okay, let's do it." And he's like, just went and like basically copyrighted, but then tried to make it look good by at least like asking permission from the guy who kind of came up with it. But I'm surprised he didn't trademark it.
Bills are starting with bad field position again.
Yeah, within the FRIP team.
Well, and they're going empty backfield, which isn't
Yeah.
surprising. Ooh,
Oh!
Somebody comes off the edge unblocked.
Oh,
That was a
wow.
big hit.
Off the
Yeah.
edge unblocked.
I think your guys' broadcast is like literally 1 second ahead of mine.
Just
Who
completely
was that?
unblocked.
Was that Leonard? No, that wasn't
No, it
Leonard.
was Muhammad.
Okay. Big hit.
But again, as I said before, first down, the Bills will throw a lot. They went empty backfield there. They're going empty backfield again. Lots of four wide receiver sets for the Bills. See if we can't get Dawson Knox going here.
Oh, and then this is where he's running. He's running.
He's got the first down,
so
and that's a big thing about Josh is he can still offer that. And they really, after the first couple games of the year, got away from kind of the design quarterback sweeps and those types of things. They'll pull him out every now and then, but he could still offer that ability right there.
Yeah,
me
honestly,
and Cody were talking about that. It's so hard to stop him.
And I'm saying, Josh, use your legs, man.
Yeah, and he's done better about sliding this year. A lot better. Making the smart play, not taking unnecessary hits. I wouldn't be surprised if they push the ball down the field right here on 1st and
Yeah.
10. He's looking for it.
There he goes.
Just flick of the wrist. Oh, and he makes a tough grab.
Oh!
Diggs with the catch.
Damn, man, that was a hell of a catch. Held on through the hit.
See, and I told you, they're not afraid this year to push the ball down the field. He takes a little bit of a pump fake, flick of the wrist,
Dude,
and Diggs just making the grab.
His flick of the wrist throw is like my like 5 yard
Yeah.
Flushing Josh again,
Yeah.
but he finds
He's
Gabe
in.
Davis, man. 4th round pick there. Yeah, he sure did.
Look at this. 2 plays. They basically pushed the ball 80 yards and they're 60 yards in 2 plays.
And
Dude,
Gabe Davis was a revelation this year, man. I mean, a 4th round draft pick with John Brown being hurt for 6-7 games this year.
Yep.
I mean, he was certainly a diamond in the rough, that they were able to make something out of.
Yeah, you guys got really good core of receivers here for the foreseeable future.
Got a lot of quality wide receivers on that team.
And I really I'm still hoping that Dawson Knox can do something and surprise me in his 3rd year. He's been a little bit of a disappointment this year at the tight end position, and it's likely going to be something they have to address.
Dawson Knox,
Tyler,
he's got a lot of physical talent. It's just sometimes it takes tight ends a while to put it together.
Yeah, and Tyler Croft's been inactive a lot this year, which has been a little bit of a surprise to me. Dawson Knox has all the physical abilities. Just he has one too many concentration drops where he just loses the ball and runs before he gets it as they give it to Singletary.
Good run.
Keeps his feet moving to get the first.
Good run.
Looks like it'll be 1st and goal right at the 10.
I'm feeling confident enough to maybe make a bold statement, not a bold prediction, but I think Buffalo might have a better receiving core than Kansas City does. Now that they have Diggs,
we don't have Tyreek Hill. I think we don't have that much speed. And some might argue Kenny Stills might bring an element of taking the top off, but technician wise, Cole Beasley, John Brown, Stephon Diggs. I mean, some of the best route runners, I think.
And you got Gabe Davis who's coming on too.
Throws it
good
short,
play.
and Zach Moss down at the 3, maybe stepped out at the 4.
Man, look at how fast they move this ball down this field.
The thing about the Chiefs is their wide receivers, it's literally all speed. They don't have other skills. The Bills.
Well, that's what they have Kelsey for.
Yeah, Kelsey does everything underneath.
I mean, Kelsey almost led the league in receiving yards.
Yeah, you almost got to consider Kelsey a wide receiver at this point. But
man, look at him staying in bounds there.
And
it wouldn't shock me if they passed it here again.
That was Big Bob Tunyon of the Green Bay Packers.
I talk about design runs.
Design run.
Josh throws it.
Got it.
Touchdown to Knox. Woo!
Touchdown Buffalo.
Talk about those silly plays, Cody.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. I got dude, it takes me back to the Brett Favre days where my stomach drops and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And it worked out.
Right, you see him look and you're like, why is he even throwing it?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, he heaves it. He doesn't throw it, he heaves it.
Oh no, he shot puts it.
I'm like, oh my God, you just get nervous seeing that, and then it worked out. That's a nice grab.
And you watch Dawson Knox make that grab, and I'll tell you, last week he dropped a sure-handed touchdown. And
so it would have been 63 to 14.
Oh yeah. Well, we ended up scoring on that drive anyways. Come on, Tyler Bass.
All right, that was the drive Buffalo needed to kind of keep the momentum back going. So now the onus is back on Indy here, and this is where
I talked the trading, field goals for touchdowns, that their defense and the way that team's built this year, they're actually okay with that. So don't be surprised, if Indy makes a couple of chunk plays, but the defense really holds them to another field goal, and Buffalo is all right with that because the offense can do exactly what you just saw.
Yeah, that's very similar. Like what I was just about to say is this is any Bills game I've seen. This is very similar to like the routes and stuff that they have. Is they'll keep it kind of close in the beginning, but then the other team will just get field goals, and then Buffalo will just move it down and get touchdowns. And, and then next thing you know, it'll be like 28-9 or 28 to 12 or something like that. And it's like, holy cow, when the hell did Buffalo have like a 3-score lead, going into the third quarter? It's because they just got field goals, and you can't win games when you just kick field goals. So it's a good game plan. It works for them.
Like
It's the same thing that Green Bay kind of does. So
a game like this, it's imperative for Indianapolis to keep the score close, to keep their running game involved. If they get into a pass-only mode, I guarantee you Phillip Rivers throws at least one interception. But I mean, having said that,
well, and that's what the Bills want them to do, is to start feeling pressured, and that's where the Bills, unfortunately, when they played Tennessee, went down 2 scores early, went right into Tennessee's game plan of being able to run the clock out, and that's what I think Indy was hoping to accomplish here.
Yeah.
But
and I mean, dude, like the Indy defense, like from the defensive line to the linebackers to the secondary, they have some of the most talented defenders in the league. Like they're capable of being an elite defense.
Darius Leonard is a stud.
The offensive line, they're capable of controlling the clock. So I actually, like, when I was looking at the wild card weekend matchups, I'm really surprised they gave Buffalo this dog shit early slot. Like, to me, the best game is Tennessee-Baltimore, and I think the Bills-Colts has potential to be the second best game, assuming the Colts can keep their game plan and keep it close. If
and
you're like this, it's going to be a blowout.
You're sharing the sentiment of a lot of Bills fans out there. The one thing that I haven't heard talked about, which is my only rationale behind not minding the slot so much, is potentially, we'll go with potential. The Bills would play the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, as they get a big return pass with the tackle.
Dude, that is 3 special teams plays where the Bills have been sloppy. That shit could come back to bite you.
But as I was saying, the Bills will potentially play the Pittsburgh Steelers, who actually don't play until tomorrow at 8. So if you really want to think about it, the Bills could get a
extra day of rest.
Let's say what? Yeah,
almost
they get
2
not
days.
only do they get an extra day, but it feels more like a day and a half with their game being at 1 and their potential opponent being, playing at 8 o'clock the following day. So looks like they're getting a reverse here. Josh Norman gets blocked. But,
Cody, I was saying something like that, maybe to you or maybe someone else, where next week when we play, we had the bye week. Would you want to have the Saturday slot or the Sunday slot to give us even an extra day of prep, or would you rather play on Saturday, given that we've had the bye, and then kind of have like what the Bills would have, is you have that Sunday off to kind of, rest for the NFC Championship?
Like the consistency, right, of Sundays.
Probably.
I don't know. I could see sometimes longer rest isn't necessarily good for the team.
Oh, no one knows that better than us, dude.
Get into the rhythm. I wouldn't mind the Saturday, just get into it earlier. But I don't know. Either way, you got to show up and play. So it makes that much of a difference one day or the other.
And we talked about the Bills defense, not, bend but don't break, but the special teams kind of put them in a bad situation. It'd be nice if they could get out of here with a punt, instead of
absolutely.
instead of a field goal or potentially a touchdown, because you don't want to give Indy some momentum and feeling good about themselves.
Especially Rivers, because he can, once he gets into a groove, he can carve you up.
Oh, Jonathan Taylor. Oh man,
that would have been easy first. Puts him in a 3rd and 5.
Huge play right here. You probably think they're gonna go for a pass here.
Now is Frank Reich a particularly aggressive coach when it comes to like the 4th and 1s and stuff?
I have not seen Indy play at all this year, so I would hate to comment on that. I'm not sure.
I think they did go for a couple for like when it was around this like midfield here when it was like 4-1. I think when we played them, they did go for it.
Dude, I mean,
I was
their
just saying,
offensive line, if you're in a short situation like that, I'd be
Oh wow, look at that pressure! But they all drop back.
brings it, taking a shot,
Oh, he's taking a shot.
and Hilton knocks it
No,
away.
it's
Hyde knocks it
incomplete.
out of his hands. There we
right
go.
in his hands. That was a good defensive play.
Man, I miss that guy.
There we
miss
go.
that
Hyde
guy,
and
but
Poyer, the best safety duo in the NFL. I will call it. There's better singular safeties out there, but I think it's the best duo.
Dude, I love Hyde and Poyer. Like, yeah, you guys got a killer back end there.
You know, yeah, you got Buda Baker and Tyrann Mathieu and Jamal Adams, and you know those guys are good.
oh my God,
Wow,
they're going
keeping
for
the
it.
offense
No,
on the
you know
field.
what? I bet they're just trying to draw them off sides.
You think
Dude, I
running
don't know. I
three,
think they're
two,
gonna do
one?
it. I
They're
think
not.
they're
They're
going.
letting it go. They're
Yeah.
letting it go.
Yeah, they're gonna
There
punt.
we go.
And just give them some extra breathing room on the punt, I guess.
Yeah, but if you're the Bills, do you just decline it? Oh, potentially they called a timeout because they're going to break.
I don't like wasting timeouts in a situation like that. You might need that timeout at the end of the half.
Jacoby Brisket talking with Frank Reich there. You know, and I think Phillip Rivers, you know, when he had, not that he ever had a cannon of an arm, but, you know, back when his arm used to be a bit stronger, I think some of these throws would have been backbreaking for the Bills, but he just has lost enough to not squeeze him in there. A couple of these throws.
Cody, didn't the last time we played him in LA, didn't he have like 500 yards passing against us that game? Like
No,
he
that
carved
game
us
in
up.
Lambeau. I want to say it was like 2018 or something, but yeah, he broke like 500 yards passing.
Yeah, it was like 530 yards passing in one game against us. It was just
Back in the Dom Caper days.
yeah.
You know, and Indy's doing all the right things to stay in this game. I mean, the Bills have started at the 2.
Yeah.
The Bills have started at the 15. Now they're going to start at right about the 12, you know, 11, 12. They're doing all the right things right now to stay in the game. And, you know, if the
Indy's just
Bills
kind of
can get points, you know, it'll be devastating.
Yeah, 14-3 is not a hole Indy wants to be in right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with Indy. Like, they're doing the right things except for scoring points. Like,
Ooh, Zach Moss.
they keep holding in this, but the Bills are going to wake up eventually. Like, there's going to be a shot play.
And don't be surprised if the Bills keep pushing it down the field.
I was gonna say you could almost make an argument that they just woke up on that last drive, getting 60 yards in 2 plays is I mean that's just what I've grown accustomed to seeing this year from Buffalo. It's just those huge chunk plays, like scoring points in bunches, like just quick, you know, like almost looking like a Kansas City reincarnate type offense out there this year.
Yeah, and you know, I think we have a better defense right now than Kansas City does. So if we could even hope to sustain Kansas City level of offense, I mean,
yeah, Buffalo was in that Kansas City game when they played them too. They had a chance to win, and they're playing even better ball now than when they were in the beginning of the season when they played them. So,
what was that, Cody?
I was saying Kansas City's offense has been underperforming this last month. Like, Mahomes has been playing kind of sloppy. He's had, I think, not one, but I think he had 2 multi-pick games in recent weeks. Almost lost to the Falcons. They've been a little rough, and then they rest Mahomes in Week 17 plus the bye. That's a lot of rust to knock off, man. I could see Kansas City being upset in the divisional round.
So I mean, I was going to save some of that for halftime, but I mean, you know, do you guys want to you know, share your predictions for maybe the other AFC games that are going on this weekend? You know, we have Tennessee and Baltimore.
Well, since you brought up the topic, we kind of got to talk about it now. So Tennessee and Baltimore, is that the next game?
Yeah, well, that's the 4-5 matchup. So
yeah, Tennessee, Baltimore.
I think that's going to be probably the best game of the weekend. Tennessee and Baltimore.
Honestly, dude, I know that
don't?
Tennessee's defense is terrible, but Derrick Henry, I think he's gonna make Baltimore.
As good as Derrick Henry is,
I'm
too, don't
excited.
sleep on how well Ryan Tannehill's played this year, too. He's been a Pro Bowl quarterback for Tennessee this year. And they got they got Corey Davis and A.J. Brown, who are two phenomenal talents at wide receiver. And don't sleep on Jonnu Smith, who's pretty good, too.
Listen, I think the Ravens are gonna run away with that.
Really?
I know the Ravens had a cupcake last couple games, but man, they were blowing out teams worse than the Bills were these last couple weeks. And I think Lamar Jackson's found his stride a little bit. They finally, realized J.K. Dobbins is the man, and not force feed it to Mark Ingram, and
I don't know why they were just messing around with Ingram and even like their other like third running back there and stuff too, like just that. Or Gus Edwards. I think Gus Edwards getting some carries too. I was like,
another
Jesus.
designed run here,
Oh,
which
wow, but
Allen's going to lose a couple
late hit? I don't know.
unnecessary shots. No, I don't think it was
No,
late.
those are good. That was a good hit, probably.
I like that play call, man.
Yeah, I talked
That's just
about how
one
they
of
kind of
those
got
hits.
away from that
Yeah.
early in the season, and I
You don't-
actually
you don't
like
want
that
your-
they got away from it.
You don't want your
Yeah.
quarterback just taking hits like that.
Right.
Dude,
From a D lineman, a linebacker.
Is
No,
96 Buckner?
no, he's 97, I believe. Or no.
All right, so this is where, all season long I see Buffalo picking up like 3rd and forevers. So I'm not even like too concerned about 3rd and 10.
He steps up in the pocket, and he's
And
going to
first
run
down.
it. Oh, and he sticks him.
Oh, what a
Sticks him. Man,
I will say this.
that was huge.
Josh Allen in the open field, I've never seen a quarterback besides maybe Lamar Jackson break more tackles in the open field with a one-on-one defender than Josh Allen.
Unfortunately, he met Darius Leonard.
Yeah. I mean,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Tackle, man. You show high school kids that.
Yeah.
That's like he stopped Allen in his tracks, and Allen's a big boy. He is a linebacker with like running back speed.
That was huge.
I have always said
Colts.
that Josh Allen reminds me of like a young Ben Roethlisberger, but more athletic.
Well, dude, he's what Cam Newton should have been.
Punt.
He's bigger than Cam Newton is, though. He's taller and just stockier than Cam is, though.
But I want to say this Colts defense, they're playing a lot of coverage. They're not necessarily setting pressure, and it seems to me that Allen's getting a little bit jumpy. Where like if his first and second read aren't open, he's taking off.
Well, it's worked for him this year, and I mean it's worked for him a couple times in this game as well. I mean, you can't expect probably Buffalo to just kind of dominate in the playoffs, similar to how they did in the regular season. I mean, you're playing really, really good teams, and the Colts are one of the, they're a top 10 defense. If they go on, any defense that they play in the rest of the playoffs are going to be a top defense. In fact, the worst defense they might play going forward might be the Chiefs defense, maybe.
Yeah.
If you think about it. I mean, maybe the Titans, if they ended up with another matchup against the Titans, who, put on a show against them. But Steelers have a top defense. The Ravens have a top defense. And who else could they possibly play? Maybe the Browns.
Cleveland.
Yeah, they could maybe put the Browns.
Actually, they would only play the Browns in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
They would go to Kansas City. So.
I was going to say the Steelers defense, like they're really the only AFC defense that scares me.
I think
but since they lost Bud Dupree, I'm actually not even that worried about them anymore.
Yeah, that is a big loss for them. But dude, like if you jump over to the NFC, that's where the defenses are. You got the Rams, you got the
Washington.
Dude, honestly,
the football team has one of the best.
Don't they have like
defenses left?
Don't they have like all 4 of their defensive linemen are all first-round draft picks or something like that? Deron Payne,
Montez Sweat,
Deron Payne, Chase Young, and Jonathan Allen. They're all first-round draft picks.
Dude,
so,
and Ryan Kerrigan, they have 5 first.
Was Ryan Kerrigan a first-round pick?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So they have 5 first-round draft picks invested on that defensive line. Holy cow.
But yeah, so I mean, you're looking at Rams, Saints, Washington, Bucks. Like
Seattle.
you got a lot of good defenses in the NFC.
Yeah. Well, so Cody, who do you think's gonna win versus Ravens and Titans? Since we got away from that.
Oh yeah, we know.
So I mean, I agree with you that Ravens they've pretty much been in playoff mode for over a month now, so they're playing very sharp. But dude, I think Derrick Henry has their number, and I think if things don't go Baltimore's way early on, I kind of see the like Lamar Jackson isn't a playoff quarterback narrative. I could see that getting into his head.
I got Baltimore in a nail biter.
Yeah, I have Baltimore, but I think it's gonna be closer to 10 points, double-digit win. I think they're gonna get up on them early, which is then gonna make Tennessee either try and force feed Derrick Henry, or Ryan Tannehill might be forced into making one too many mistakes, and so I have the Ravens probably by 10. Looking at probably 27-17 or 30 to 20, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
Colts are almost at midfield already after that 10-yard run.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
That was a good play though. Oh, you gotta wrap him up.
Man.
Hey, I'll give credit where credit's due though. I mean, Jonathan Taylor's a hell of a running back. So
he's running tough. He's not going down at first.
Tre'Davious White's got to make that tackle there.
Yeah, you got to get your other hand and get that around his other ankle there.
Yeah, and I was hoping more hats would be flying to the ball too.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that they probably thought he was wrapped up and it was going to be blown dead, but
yeah. I mean, the game plan's simple for them. Taylor's already got 10 carries already in this game.
Hold, sir. Oh, I thought Quentin Nelson there. They're obviously held Tremaine Edmonds.
I was going to make a comment about Nelson earlier. What a bulldozer up an offensive lineman, Quentin Nelson.
I like to think we were going to get a replay, but unfortunately, we got to listen to Evan Washburn.
That play
Huge
up
stop.
in the backfield.
Huge stop here for the Bills.
All right, 3rd and 4. This is big.
And
right at the 50. Nope, no, it's not. It's at the 49. Buffalo 49.
They're backing out of pressure, the Bills look like.
Motion Taylor into the backfield.
The Bills back off and only rush 4. They get some pressure there. Dumps it off to Taylor.
Oh man, I thought for sure that that the two players were going to collapse on him and make a play there. Taylor's quicker than I thought he was going to be. That was a quick first step he had.
Dude, yeah, and he's been making some plays in the passing game.
Well, he dropped the surefire easy conversion, but other than that, yeah, he's been all right.
I mean, it's clear that he is the centerpiece of the offense right now. I think
as well he probably should be at this point. So, especially with that offensive line that they have, I mean that's what they're designed to do. They're a run team, run first, and then let Philip Rivers kind of pick you apart with the play action, kind of like what they're doing right now.
Well, finds a soft part in the zone. Michael Pittman.
Come on, man.
Huge chunks.
Hey, this is where that Buffalo defense has to do that bend but don't break. They did it last time when they were here. Just, Indy might have, like 400 to 500 yards in this offense in this game today, but if you hold them field goals, you're going to win the game. So
they're down at the 11.
Play action.
Good play. All right, good wrap-up play by Trey.
Second team All-Pro, Tre'Davious White. And I really think he got a little, snubbed a little bit for not getting first team again this year. I know he didn't have the interceptions that he had last year, but
I know Jalen Ramsey got first team. Who else got first team?
I believe it was Xavier Howard.
Yeah.
Xavier Howard. I didn't even think Xavier Howard's the best cornerback on his own team this year.
Dude.
Yeah, he had a good year. I think he had the stats. I think he had some insane amount of interceptions.
That was Byron Jones, I thought. Didn't Byron Jones have 10 picks for Miami this year?
I thought it was Howard.
I think it's Howard. I mean, either way, Miami.
It's Naheem Hines
Oh,
looking like first and goal from the one.
Dude,
it's
it's
close.
not a
This would be
promising
huge
drive.
Short.
if this was third down.
They
Milano's
might. They
got to
might.
make a play.
They should probably bring the sticks out for this.
Oh,
They probably
Milano.
won't, but
If
well, it's
I'm
good to see. Good to see Milano healthy and back in the lineup, though.
Looking like it's first and goal, and Jacoby Brissett's in.
yeah,
They
if
put
I'm
Brisket in.
going
Oh,
to
it's
be
QB
Yeah,
sneak. It's
he
gonna be QB
sneaks.
sneak.
He's
They
not
didn't
gonna
get
get
it.
it.
He's not in. He's not in.
He's not in. He's
He's
short.
short.
He's short. Nobody's making the call.
Nope.
They're calling him short.
Yep, they would have called it by now.
Dude, if I'm Indy, I run it 4 times behind that offensive line.
I call the same play. Well, I mean, as Indy, I'm calling the same goddamn play again. They got so Buffalo's got some big boys, but so does Indy. So
Yeah, 4 downs here. Buffalo, unfortunately,
yeah, I can
is
see
going to need a
Indy.
big play, a penalty, or a big stop for a loss here
Yeah.
on second and goal.
Now, if they can stop them here, all 4 downs, huge
Well, a
momentum
penalty'd
shift.
be nice. That looked like a delay of game, but they didn't give it, and Jonathan Taylor was in.
Ah, man.
So
All right. Hey, it's fine. If anyone can, like, Lily, Buffalo can come back and Lily score before, like, the 6-minute mark in the second quarter here.
Yeah,
Like,
and I mean that's the thing here. It's like, yes, the Colts just took the lead, but
if Buffalo comes right back and scores,
to me, this is like a
momentum goes
moral
right back.
victory for the Colts. We're like, hey, we're hanging in it. We're keeping it
Yeah.
close. I fully expect Buffalo.
Yeah.
Like,
And
they could go on a 3-touchdown tear. You know.
yeah, and let's be honest, this is the playoffs. How often do you really see a complete blowout in a playoff game? I mean, everyone kind of steps it up a little bit in playoffs, so
well,
Yeah, and
you don't want to make excuses for the offense, but they haven't been helped with their field position.
no,
So
they haven't.
hopefully they can get some of that on their
So
side here.
yeah, and they're special. They can go a long way with the special teams having a good return here. So on the flip side, Indy has been helped by their special teams a ton, and
Yeah.
they only have 10 points. So I mean, it could be a lot worse. So
I think this is well, actually, real quick, just because we didn't touch on the other AFC game. Let's do our predictions for Steelers Browns, and then I think it's probably a good time to do our bold predictions for the game. We have
God damn, I was hoping we were going to skip bold predictions today. We can't keep doing bold predictions in the second goddamn quarter.
That's where we do it by tradition.
Oh.
All right. Well, let me start. I think Pittsburgh's going to handle them. I think Pittsburgh almost handled them with their backups.
Yeah.
I think it might be this COVID situation might be a little too much for the Browns. And
I mean, the Browns haven't
Pittsburgh
really had
wins.
consistent practice in weeks.
I think they
Yeah.
win in a close game, but I think Pittsburgh, and part of me is the Bills fan that would rather play Pittsburgh than get the winner of Tennessee Baltimore in the divisional round if the Browns were to win. So.
And Andrew, interesting fact here with the Browns coaching staff having so many COVID absences. I read something that it looks like former Packers QB coach and personal friend of Aaron Rodgers, Alex Van Pelt. I read he's going to be calling plays for Cleveland.
And former Bills
There it
backup QB Alex Van Pelt.
Yep.
Backup for when? How far back is that going?
Jim
Todd
Kelly
Collins
or Todd Collins days. Yeah.
Shortly after Jim Kelly.
Yeah, it was that was their first QB lineup after Jim Kelly retired, I think, is Todd Collins and Alex Van Pelt. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was their contingency plan for when Kelly finally left, was Todd Collins and Alex Van Pelt.
And so started the drought.
That's why you fucking gotta draft a quarterback before your goddamn quarterback decides to retire. I'm going with Pittsburgh. I think that one's got the chances to be the biggest blowout of the weekend. I think Cleveland, plays okay though. I'll give Cleveland credit. They had a good season, and they seem to be on the right path finally. I see Cleveland kind of being where Buffalo was, a couple of years ago, where, they're finally making the playoffs. They had a good season. but they're probably going to be one and done in the playoffs. And then, but a couple good off seasons, some more development of the young players, especially Baker Mayfield, and Cleveland could be a player here in the next couple of years. But this year they won't. It's just not their year. Just be happy with your 10 or 11 win season.
Ooh, Roberts bringing it out and was not the
So-
right decision.
So I
Get the
feel like
10.
Roberts is trying to do too much a little bit out there, but this could help Buffalo though.
Or
What
hurt
is
them.
this flag?
I don't know. It looking like they're calling holding on Buffalo.
That'd push it back to like the 6.
Yep. Yeah, and they look to be pointing that way.
Dude, Buffalo special
No,
team.
did they call face mask?
Face mask. Face mask.
I think there's 2 separate flags.
Then
One
that'd
was
be
in the
off.
middle of the field. They'd offset and re-kick, right? Which would be good for Buffalo.
Yeah.
Looks like they're just going with the holding.
Uh-huh.
Didn't see the face mask.
Now, I believe the rule on face mask was once you realize your hand is in that face mask, you do have like a second to like let go and it not be a penalty. But if you grab and turn the head at any point, then it becomes an automatic penalty. So his fingers were in there and his head was turning, but I don't feel like he actually got a hold of it and actually grabbed it. But so maybe that might be a good call.
Oh, Zach
Good run
Moss.
though.
There we go.
Good run.
Dude,
Man,
they
I
just
mean,
showed
we
stats
talked
of
about it, but they said the average start
Yeah.
for the Bills,
the
9-yard line.
Yeah.
That's rough, man.
I've noticed that Zach Moss is getting some more of these carries and Singletary is in this game. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, usually it'll be close to a 50-50 split, as far as snaps go. But usually they'll play the hot hand when it comes to who gets the most carries.
So we
Zach Moss has turned it on towards the end of the year, and we might see as he gets stuffed there.
Man, hey, I'm all for
We
that
might
game
see
plan
him
though.
next year kind of take the running work a little bit with Singletary taking the third down and the passing back role.
He kind of
Buffalo
reminds
running
me
it
of like
fast here.
like a Fred Jackson type player there for Buffalo. So
I
maybe a
don't know
little
if
bit stockier, but
it's a big play here for Buffalo. They can't go 3 and out.
I'd go short pass, play action, short pass. Probably Beasley if he's out there. Nope, they go
He's
run.
gonna be
No,
short.
no, you gotta pick
Stuffed for
that
a
up.
loss. Stuffed for a loss.
You
Man.
gotta punt. You have
Dude,
to punt.
I don't
You
Oh
like
do
yeah,
that
you
not.
play
can't go
call,
for
3
that.
runs in a row. I would have done play action
So-
bootleg, give Allen the option to take it off and run or pass it.
Can't have that. That's shit. That's shit right there.
I mean, and I told you guys, they haven't, I mean, yeah, the running back's got to make something happen, but they haven't had holes all year.
Oh,
to
they
run
haven't
through.
really. I mean, so the Bills have had a solid offensive line, but more so for pass pro.
Horkes with a hell of a punt there. Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully he didn't outkick his coverage.
Oh, wrap him
Oh.
up, get him down, gain tackle. You know what?
Yeah.
Hey, that's not bad considering where they punted from.
That was
Pretty
a
good
hell of a
field position.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see exactly what you're talking about with that punter. What a fucking bomb!
But
I wish our fucking punter could do shit like that. Seeing as we draft him in like the 5th round.
So actually, I want to talk about. I think the Bills' failure to convert the run there. That segues nicely into like we were talking about Cleveland and Pittsburgh. I do think that Pittsburgh probably wins that game just because the COVID stuff and the recent injuries to the Browns. I think it's going to be too much to overcome. But having said that, Pittsburgh's complete inability to run the ball, that really scares me. Like especially in the playoffs, like it's possible Cleveland beats them. Like you need to be able to run somewhat. And, as we just saw with the Bills, there like the running game hasn't been super successful for them this game. And it puts added pressure on Allen, and the Colts have good coverage guys. They sit back and play coverage, force Allen to be patient, and keep stopping the run. He might start pressing.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Colts have played to everybody's game plan, that they said they had to stay in this game so far. They've won the field position battle. They've run the ball a lot. They've limited Allen's success, and you can see that's why the Bills are unfortunately losing, and the Colts are looking to maybe even add some more here before halftime.
Cody, this the scores and the big plays don't represent this, but this reminds me a lot of the Green Bay Tampa game where, like, apart from the pick six and getting down into an early hole there, I mean, Tampa just had everything kind of going for it. With I remember Green Bay did not have good field position starting off those drives. They, and then they just kind of still did their bend but don't break defense, and Tampa just dominated the clock as a result. They just kept converting first downs. Rodgers was barely on the field as much as he could have been to really make a difference and stage a comeback. It was just this game kind of reminds me of it. Just the score isn't.
I mean, there's some similarities there, but I really do think that back-to-back interceptions. I think that completely changed the dynamic of the game. Thankfully, the Bills no turnovers as of right now. So even though everything is way, this is still a very close game.
It's huge. In fact, the turnover here would do wonders.
Well, and I think that's games that this reminds me of. This reminds me a little bit of the boring Bills Steelers first half, and then Taron Johnson had a pick six right before halftime of Ben Roethlisberger, and that kind of turned the tides of that game. So I like to think that the defense, could get a turnover here and really change the whole momentum. Wide receiver screen to Pittman as he keeps running, breaks the tackle.
Come on, Rick.
You gotta get him down.
Man,
dude, Pittman is eating the Bills up right now.
Cody, we have to give Ian a significant amount of credit for how mellow he is watching a goddamn Bills game. Cody, if you ever watched any of our fucking watch parties during Packer games, we could be playing the goddamn, I don't know, like Jaguars, and we're fucking flipping out over a first down play.
Hey man, we're still.
There we go. Stops him in the back.
I think Ian could melt down if things go bad in the second half.
Listen, I think I'm trying to play it cool here for the first half. Have confidence in the Bills, have confidence in Josh Allen, but as the playoffs go on here in this game, I think the anxiety will get notched up a little bit as each quarter goes.
Fuck that. I want Buffalo dominating from the fucking first play of the game to the end.
Listen, I wanted this to be like Miami, but I knew it wasn't gonna be. I knew it's the playoffs. Every team's good. Especially in the AFC. I mean, the AFC had a 10-win team not make the playoffs. I mean, get there, Jerry.
Oh man! All right. Hey, he's so short though. Hey, given the way the flow has gone in this game, if you could still hold them to a field goal and make it a 13-7 game, given the time of possession, the field battle, and just the relative flow of the game, to only be down 13-7 and then still have a chance for Allen to put you up at half, that's a win. I would consider that a huge win for Buffalo, whether or not they even go down and get points to close up half or not. It'd be huge.
Hey, do you guys remember who gets the ball at half? Is it Indy?
Buffalo does.
Buffalo does? Okay.
Yeah.
This is huge
empty
play.
Backfield, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Oh
my goodness.
Oh, no.
Who is that?
I don't know. Mo Alley Cox. Mo Alley Cox.
Dude, Rivers?
Is there a more southern name than Mo Alley Cox?
Oh, Hyde. Oh, man.
Dude,
I mean, that was good coverage. He just
Poyer was there too on it. It's a tight end. He's big. He's a big guy.
Man, and this is not the situation you want to be in. First
and
goal.
Can't have it. Just can't have it.
Wow, I'm surprised they're going 5 wide here. Or empty backfield.
I mean, I think they're starting to like the flow of the passing game here.
It's a shovel. Trey Burton gets stood up.
That was good discipline by the Buffalo defensive line.
Yeah. Oh, man. They can't give up a touchdown here.
I mean, the plus side here is you're going to have time. Josh Allen will have plenty of time to drive down the field.
Yeah, but the farther we get into this game, the less we can just rely on them turning it on. See, this is the terrified Bills fan coming out of, you feel like 14 points is too much.
Hey, you've seen a lot of shit in your day.
Wildcat.
Stop him!
Hines,
Stop him! He's short.
Short.
All right.
Stand tall.
But this is 4 down. This is
Would
4
it be?
down territory
Would it be?
for Indy. Yes.
Do you think they well, it is playoffs, so.
Well, and
I don't know, dude.
They would be fine giving the ball to Buffalo
at the one
with 3 timeouts left. I mean, they're gonna let this go down to the 2-minute warning.
I mean, there's two different trains of thought here. There's the old school thought where you take guaranteed points no matter what, because
in the playoffs,
points come at a premium in the playoffs.
Analytics are gonna say go for it.
Yeah, but then again,
but I think a lot of more old school coaches, they might say you're on the road, you take the points.
Is Frank Reich an old school coach though?
I don't think so. I think they go for it with their running game, their line versus the Bills' D line. I mean, if I'm them, I run it straight ahead right here.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue that if you see a play action here and it's incomplete, that they had planned on going for it on 4th down. And they'll just run it straight ahead on 4th. I guess we'll see. But
all right, well,
huge 3rd down.
So we're almost to the end of the second quarter here. We still haven't done our bold predictions. Do we want to do 3 apiece?
3? Holy cow, man! How does this work?
Well, we'll
Is
go
this just for the game?
Yeah, so we'll go like me, you, Andrew. We'll each do 1 until we've cycled through. Usually Andrew and I do 5 apiece, but I figured we should limit it with there being 3 of us. So I'll go first. My first bold prediction. I'm gonna say Michael Pittman goes over 100 yards receiving this game.
Do you call that bold? I think he's already at over 70 yards.
He's at like 90 right now or something like that, dude.
So is this just predictions that we want to get right, or?
All right, let's go.
Okay, no, we'll leave it. No, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. I think I need to go next.
140.
Okay.
140. What a random number.
Okay, he wants to double it. All right. Well, my bold prediction will be Josh Allen still gets over 350 passing yards.
All right.
That's my first one.
I'm gonna say either Micah Hyde or Jordan Poyer makes a momentum shifting interception in the second half.
Okay. I'm going to say Josh Allen has a rushing touchdown.
My goodness. How bold can we get? Man.
All right,
it's almost a gimme.
My boldest
I would kind of going off of Andrew's a little bit there. Mine was going to be that the Bills will have at least 2 picks before the game's over.
Okay.
See,
that's getting bold.
You said they were bold predictions, Cody.
They are.
Andrew?
Back to me. 3rd and goal. I will tell it to you right after this play. I really want to see what Indy does here. So they are stacking the box.
Toss out. Oh, the Buffalo's there.
They got him.
We go.
Nice. Who's 24?
There we go. 24 is Taron Johnson.
That was a nice wrap.
Tre'Davious White started it with being there.
All right.
Here. I think that loss of yards forces them to do the field goal.
Yeah, they are no longer on the 1.
I think they got to kick the field goal from here. Mario Addison forces them upfield. Taron Johnson comes in. Trey White's there, and then the rest of the team. Vernon Butler.
Dude,
they're keeping the offense out there. I can't imagine they're actually going to go for this.
You know what? I mean, I'm thinking about it now. If it's Buffalo, they're a really high-scoring offense this year. Josh Allen can really move the ball. I mean, the defense has played so well so far for Indy, but at some point, Buffalo's going to figure them out. I don't hate this. I'm obviously calling a pass play.
I think if it was at the 1, the 2, you go for it.
Dude,
You look like a genius. You look like a genius if you get it. I mean, but man, from the 4, you know.
If you go for it, I would rather have Jacoby Brissett in there to give the option of running.
I don't know.
Go 5 wide with Rivers.
I love that we all call him.
I think Pittman's the guy you're going to go to here, right?
They are going for it.
Right over. He's looking for him.
He's not going to catch it.
Oh, he's off his hands. Huge.
That was huge. That was absolutely
huge. Calling Pittman the whole way.
My next bold prediction is Michael Pittman was going to drop a game touchdown or a game-altering touchdown.
Okay, and he was open. He was open, just out of his reach.
Yeah, he had a shot. He had a shot at it.
Dude, Rivers,
maybe if he actually latched his gloves instead of keeping them loose, he might have had a better shot at it. But
maybe if he was 6'9" instead of 6'7" or whatever.
Wow, dude, that was huge for Buffalo.
Now, if Buffalo goes down,
or Andrew already gets one bold prediction.
So my last bold prediction here, I will say I'm going to say Stephon Diggs held under 50 yards.
Wow, 50. Man. Cody, I will tell you, I think with his one catch, he's already at 20, but that would be huge. Well, it's going to go in – my last one's going to go in direct opposition to that.
Okay.
I think the Bills are still going to win by double digits. You know, so it's not a Stephon Diggs, but if the Bills are going to get that bold prediction here in the second half, I think it's going to have to come with Diggs through the air. So I think the Bills are still going to win by double digits. You got
Davis, Brown, Beasley. You got a lot of guys who Diggs takes the attention, gives them one-on-ones.
Yeah. All right, Andrew, last one.
My last one is this game goes to overtime today.
Ooh. What was that in the background there, Andrew? Oh.
Yeah, didn't like my bold prediction, I don't think, but
overtime, huh?
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah, the background here says no.
No, I mean, don't want an overtime, but I just think I think we're going to overtime, and it's bold. It is bold prediction time. So
bold. I don't think it's going to happen. I
mean, we can't all say 70 yards for a guy that already has, 60.
Right. So
can't all go that bold.
I said 100. Then I boosted it to 140.
Oh, let me double check to see who gets the ball after the half. I'm pretty sure it's
Bills.
Yeah. It is the Bills.
I could not remember.
Yep. It was Indy who got the ball first, and they ended up punting about 4 minutes into the game. So, yes. So, Buffalo.
That was the big stop at like the 40, 41.
Yeah, if Buffalo goes down and gets any points at all. Now, a minute 46 is a lifetime, especially with two timeouts. They can certainly get a touchdown.
Man, whoever
any
thought
points
Buffalo's
whatsoever.
Starting position could get worse than when it was at 9. But huge stop by their defense.
I mean, what a win
but don't
for
break,
Buffalo.
Man. I mean, and if, again, don't be surprised when they push it. And it gets out of Diggs' hands. Diggs has got to catch that one. Thanks a lot, Cody.
Man, that's the sort of thing easily a pick.
Thanks a lot, Cody.
Yeah, I was gonna say Diggs probably heard your bold prediction, and he's like, "I got you, fam."
Hey, you and I both know that Diggs wasn't even the best receiver on the Vikings when he was with the Vikings. He stepped it up himself. I'll give him that.
And I also know that Diggs let Minnesota down in multiple big games when he was a Viking as well. Played very well against the Packers, but then didn't show up in some playoff games.
They brought the blitz. Josh rolls
Allen's
out.
Gonna get out of that, though.
Away.
Oh, he's not throwing it away. He catches that.
Tell me he caught that. Who's coming? Who's coming? Make a call. Make a call.
It's under 2 minutes. I would rule him in and then it's under 2 minutes. So just let.
I don't know.
It's under 2 minutes. Just call him in.
He's in. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I don't know.
They ruled him in, but they're going to reveal it.
They cut away from it.
That first foot is in. That second tippy toe is like right on the line. It's right on the line. He's catch.
Play, though.
Toe is in. That second toe.
That's out.
Yeah.
That left foot's. Ooh.
Yeah, it's man, it's so fucking
the call on the
close,
field. The call on the field with that official right there. You can't overturn that. With the call on the field being a catch and that official right there, you go with the call on the field.
Yeah.
You got to go with the call on the field.
I agree with Ian. I think they go with the call on the field. And we're talking about what? Probably 40-yard games, 35-yard games.
So this is what I've seen from Josh Allen all years. I remember in the middle of that play, I heard one of you guys say.
Josh is already excited. Josh is already calling it a catch. Sorry.
One of you guys said he's throwing it away, and I was like, fuck that. Josh Allen, I don't ever see Josh Allen throw any fucking football away at all anymore. Josh Allen literally just like runs into the very last second, and he's going to this is the Brett Favre. He's going to throw to some receiver. He's not throwing it out of bounds. He thinks because he's got the same mentality Favre does where there's going to be a play. All right, here we go.
Makes me nervous how fast that was. Stands is called.
That's big. That's big. Now Buffalo's got a minute and a half and 2 timeouts.
Time's not an issue.
No, you got all the time in the world. No, in fact, if anything, you almost have a little too much time, given how big a chunk plays you can get.
Look at that face,
dude. I don't know how you defend that. Like, I mean,
you don't,
man. You don't. Trust me. Team's been trying to do it all year long. You can't.
Man, and Josh is only 8 of 11.
Like
Man,
half of it.
Not had very many plays.
Looks like Colts
getting pressure with 4. There you go, Cole. Making a move, still up, close to midfield. Lots of time.
It looked like Gollum out there crawling on the
field. So out of Beasley's 82 catches he's had this year, how many have come like on like a curl route like that, where then he does he gets down low and does like a little like curve around to like pick up more yards? I'll bet
at least half.
Yeah.
Josh is getting a little frazzled.
He's gonna throw it though. He's gonna throw it. And he's gonna catch
Gabe make that catch? Did Gabe catch that one? Somebody make a call.
I think that one was out.
They're making that one a catch. They're calling that one a catch too. Let's go. Let's get up to the line.
What a find. You said you got him in the 4th round?
4th round. That is a catch. That's most definitely a catch.
No,
come on. You're going to look at that one? No way.
Dude, Allen.
What?
That scramble.
That one's no question.
You could get nailed in the back and have the ball stripped out.
That one's easy call.
I feel like this one's harder than the last one.
No way.
That's a catch, man.
Look at this. Toes down, foot's dragged.
Yep.
That's a catch. There's no completing the catch or anything like that anymore. Doesn't matter if he shifts it in his hands afterwards.
Does Buffalo have 4 fucking Pro Bowl receivers on their roster right now? Like, Gabe Davis is out here catching like Randy Moss style, like Antonio Brown in his prime style catches these last two plays.
Listen, there's a lot of thought that
I don't think that foot's dragging right there.
Yes, it is.
They're not going to overturn it. They ruled it a catch. It's a catch.
That they're making that this might make John Brown expendable.
How much money is
there? We go. Catch. That's a good question, Cody. I actually don't even know how many years or anything, but they're almost thinking, they lock up Stephon Diggs long term. They lock up Cole Beasley, and whenever John Brown's up, then Gabe Davis takes that next step. I mean, he's still a rookie. It's still just his first year, But they're hoping that this will make it so the Bills can just reload, and not miss a beat.
Almost a field goal range already for him. He's going to run. He's getting around.
Running that one.
Dude, Allen is it kind of looks like that Colts defensive line's getting a little tired chasing Allen around.
They shouldn't be because the offense is dominated most of the time in possession here in the first half. But
Yeah, I mean, what was the stat there before this drive? What did it say? 19 minutes to like 9 or something?
yeah, and there's almost always regression to the mean with these games, and you gotta assume Buffalo's gonna be able to hold the ball more in the second half here, especially with them getting the ball. So.
Well, and you said it, Andrew, that any points here is huge, with them getting the ball.
With the way the flow's gone here, for sure, he's going to scramble.
Josh is breaking tackles, throwing it away.
See,
there was no one
did
there.
I not tell you?
But he is
Josh,
out of the tackle box and got to the line of scrimmage.
Josh Allen literally will fucking never take sacks. He will just throw it, and sometimes that works in the opposite favor. That could be a fumble sometime. Not that one, but
that's what I'm worried about, man. The way he's running around. He could take.
Cody, don't be worried. This is nothing compared to some games early in the season or early in his career. This is nothing. This is a normal game.
He's got that ultimate every play is the final play of a game mentality.
Well, he feels like he can make a play every play.
Most of the time, he probably can.
Yeah. Well, you saw it on this drive.
Come on, Knox.
Pick it up. Oh, maybe Nah, that wasn't Horse Keller though.
I thought it might have been face mask. You kick it. You take a
timeout, or you.
I almost wish he didn't go out of bounds there.
Hey, Buffalo goes into halftime tied with the way this game has gone so far. That's a win.
And the Colts got a defensive back.
Yeah, that was the back.
Wow, the Bills are going for it. You think? I don't think so. I think they're going to try and draw him.
They're going to try and
draw him. Because what do the Bills need the 3
timeouts?
timeouts?
They almost got him. They almost got him.
They're not running. They got him.
Oh,
he got him. He got him. He got him.
Are you kidding?
That's fine. That's fine. They got him.
How do you not?
They got him.
As a defensive coordinator, how do you not tell all your players don't jump?
How about Mitch Morse actually hiking the ball? That's gotta be Morse. That's gotta be the center seeing him and going, you know what? I'm gonna hike this, because there's no way they were running a play.
Wow. Whoever Turi is, pull him from the game. You cannot that could be a game-changing mistake.
I mean, do you remember D Ford jumping off sides in the Chiefs-Patriots championship game? You can't make penalties like that.
No.
Take a shot here. The Bills take a shot.
Yeah, you got him off your heels. They're sending a blitz too.
Oh no!
Did he intercept that? He dropped it!
No, he dropped that.
He dropped it.
No way!
I think would they rule him down?
I don't know.
What
I really
they're gonna let this. They're gonna let this play out.
Well, the clock's not even running anymore. The clock didn't even run.
So did they rule that he intercepted it, and then
If they ruled this an interception, it's a touchback.
I mean, that's a nice diving.
Now the ball looks like it hit the ground, but was his hand under the ball?
Ground.
Yeah, was his hand under this ball? Hit the ground. I think it hit the ground. I don't think.
I think the ground's the reason he intercepted it. Because that's the thing is the ball can touch the ground, but if that's not the reason that you completed the catch, then they can call it a catch. But I think if he doesn't touch the ground here, he doesn't complete this catch.
I'm not saying that Indy's been like screwed at all. All the calls so far in this game have been correct calls, but think about all the plays that Indy's left on this field if this is an incomplete pass. Jonathan Taylor's dropped pass. The two Buffalo things on this one.
It's going to be an incompletion.
Yeah, and then if this one is an incompletion too, I mean, Indy, if Indy goes on to lose this game, it's gonna hurt, man. They left a lot of plays on the field in this.
Dude, and going for it on fourth down at the goal line instead of taking the points, and if you let Buffalo march down the field and put up points, that's that's a call that that sticks on your coaching resume when they start looking at the hot seat.
Here we go. Incomplete.
Oh my god.
See, we talked
Indy.
about hero ball.
Indy
We talked about
cannot
hero
get a
ball.
break.
I don't know if that's the one that Josh throws, and maybe it was too predictable that we said they were going to take a shot.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they go conservative here and just tie it up before halftime.
I don't think they go
that's not the
conservative.
Bills.
I just think
that's
that
not the Bills.
Yeah, Allen still wants a touchdown here.
Let me rephrase, Cody. That's not this year's Bills.
Daboll's they come out with empty set.
Daboll's trusted Josh this year.
Oh,
Design
here we go.
Run. Don't get killed. Oh, timeout.
Dude, that was a heck of a run.
Hey, I will say this. Josh Allen's a big guy. He can take a lot of punishment. At one of these years, he's gonna get fucking lit up, and it's not gonna be good. I'm like, because you don't see, like, when's the last time you've seen like Aaron Rodgers literally have a designed run like that? Like,
when's the last time you ever saw Aaron Rodgers run the ball?
Aaron Rodgers has mobility, but he's never been a design run QB like that. I think the better comparison is Cam Newton, and yeah, all the hits did catch up with him, and it completely changed his play. Like, I think you reserve this.
I'm not a fan. Yeah.
Cam Newton also had shoulder surgery and lost any zip he had on the ball.
Yeah.
But I agree, and I said, that towards the end of the year they'd gotten away from it, and it made me feel better.
Great there.
And yeah, I agree with you. You do it in the playoffs, man. You put it all on the field, but regular season.
All right, here we go.
Josh keeps it.
He does,
and he's
touchdown.
in. He's in. Cody's bold prediction.
One bold prediction right there.
Too greedy, my friend.
That was huge. Stop him all the way down the field. Take the lead before halftime. You get the ball.
Dude, that's the momentum swing right there.
So I remember earlier in the year, like watching like the first 6 weeks of Bills games. I had I think it was like Zach Moss on my fantasy team. I wasn't starting him, but he was on my bench, and I just remember I just remember like looking at the Bills like running back touchdowns, and it was like one or something for the first half, to like one or two, and then I looked at like Josh Allen with like 8 rushing touchdowns. So I was like, it's like, fuck you, Josh Allen. Like, let your running backs have some of the glory,
Seabass, it's good.
All right, so this is probably going to half at 10-14 Buffalo, and they get the ball after half here. So holy cow. Indy here. If I'm an Indy fan, I'm sweating at this point. I mean, you played.
They did everything they needed to do, right, Andrew?
Yeah, they just left some plays on the field, drop passes, but
their game plan, and credit to the Bills, and maybe this is where the Bills are now, but in that first, quarter and a half, they did everything they needed to do to be in the game.
Yep.
And the Bills still somehow push through it.
So at this point, I think this is the Bills' game to lose here at this point, going in the second half. Now they get the ball back. They have a chance to go down, put even more points on the board to start the second half off. You do that, the game is yours to lose at that point. As long as Buffalo doesn't make any silly mistakes, they hold on to the ball here and just don't.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. We got 14 seconds left, and the Bills' special teams have been garbage this game. Let's see what happens on this kickoff.
Yeah. So with 10 seconds,
not anymore.
Yeah, with
8 seconds left.
With 8 seconds, they got no time. Rivers
and Phillip Rivers with his little noodle arm.
No. This is probably gonna be a down.
This is a kneel down.
Half. Yep.
You know what? I mean, like Cody was alluding to there, we are talking like, the Bills are winning by 3 scores now. I mean, it's still a 4-point game. India's clearly, figured it out for the first half how to stay in this game, and we can't just assume that the Bills are going to come out in the second half and roll. Now I will say in the first probably 5 to 7 games of the year, the third quarter was one of the Bills' Achilles heel. They went in versus, I believe, Miami and definitely the Rams. The Rams, they were up, I think, 28-3 at halftime, and it took a last-second drive for the Bills to pull that game out. So it was an Achilles heel for the first half of the year, and as of late, ever since probably the bye, the Bills have actually thrived in the third quarter. So it's really been a tale of two seasons there. So hopefully the Bills can come out like they have been of late, make a couple adjustments, score and go up by 11 and really let their defense shine.
Well,
Cody.
Andrew, Matt LaFleur should give Sean McDermott a call because our third quarter offense has been not so good all season long. So if they
Yeah.
make a change, I'd like to hear what happened there.
Yeah, I was literally just going to mention the reference to Packers Colts game where when we played the Colts, it was in Indy, but we were up 28-14. We actually just got done scoring 21 second quarter points. We exploded for 21 second quarter points. But then in the second half, we only scored 3 points in the second half against Indy, and we scored 0 in the third. And Indy came out and scored 11 points on us in the third, and then 6 in the fourth to tie it up there at the end, push us to overtime. So Indy was able to make amazing halftime adjustments against us, and they really shut our offense down the entire second half. So I know the game's far from over. I know Buffalo's in the spot they want to be in. If you're the Bills, this is where you want to be. But don't sleep on the Colts because they have shown that they can make halftime adjustments against really good offenses. So
Yeah, I think we can't overstate how important that sequence of events was with with the Colts going for it on fourth and not making it, and then the Bills march down and get the touchdown. Completely shifts the momentum. And then when the Bills get the ball, like for Indy, it is imperative that they either get a stop or hold the Bills to a field goal here.
the best thing Indy can do is push them to a 3-and-out to start the second half off and get the ball right back. I mean, if you're Indy, you need a 3-and-out. So
the Indy defense have been playing well, pretty sticky coverage, making plays on the ball. It's just, tiny little details like, not quite hauling an interception in or drop passes on offense, the penalty, the offsides on fourth down that let the Bills keep going. Indy, it's the small mistakes that it's kind of erasing their special teams advantage where they've had such great field position advantage all game, but they're shooting themselves in the foot. And Josh, dude, honestly, right now, if we had to pick MVP in this first half, like that Josh Allen, Gabe Davis connection, like the 2 catches that Davis made, I think you got to call him the MVP of the first half.
Josh Allen out there making those sideline throws like Aaron Rodgers against Dallas in that playoff game, like.
Hey, so you guys want to make some predictions here for the NFC for the playoffs?
Yeah, we haven't made any NFC ones. So what's our NFC game that we have today? Larry, today's the Saints?
We have 2 today. We've got the first one is Rams at Seattle.
And then Tampa Bay and Washington, right?
Yep.
Ooh, okay. So we find out who we're gonna play to then next week.
Likely.
Well, you play the lowest remaining seed.
Yeah.
So.
I doubt the Bears at the Saints. I highly doubt.
All right, so let's go. Well, I'm pulling for Washington, but
out here in Utah, so cracking one open. I'd wait till halftime.
So the first one, Rams, Seattle. I think that's gonna be a really good freaking game too. I'm gonna go with Seattle though in that one.
Jared Goff still might not play.
Yeah.
He's quote unquote game time decision.
Oh yeah.
The dude had thumb surgery 2 weeks ago. I think there's no way he's playing.
Yeah. If Jared Goff doesn't play, I feel really comfortable taking Seattle in that one then. And then
probably have the best defense in all the playoffs. But if they don't have their starting quarterback, I trust Russell Wilson to make magic.
Yeah, and
I think Seattle's gonna win going away, and mainly that's because of the backup quarterback. I think Russell Wilson's too good.
Who is the backup for
Wolford.
Warford.
First start last week.
Oh,
He actually
fuck.
was decent, and he showed
Did he?
some length, which could be an element that you don't have a lot of tape on him. The guy he does have some scrambling ability. Might make it closer than you'd think. I don't think Seattle wins that going away. I think the Rams defense is too good, but Seattle probably does pull it out in the end.
Listen, and it was essentially a playoff game for the Rams last week. I mean, they beat Arizona, they were in, and so I think Seattle's going to win by double digits, but I don't think it's going to be a terrible game. But you think Tom Brady's going to pull it out, or you think the vaunted front seven of Washington football team will actually?
I don't. You could have 4 Hall of Famers on that defensive line. Tom Brady ain't losing to the 7-9 Washington football team with their dink and dunk offense. Sorry, it ain't.
I think it's going to be closer than people think. I think Tampa
I
Bay is going to
agree.
win, but I think the only reason is because Washington can't score. I mean, I think it might be 17-14, like something like that. I think that defense is going to make Tom Brady uncomfortable, and I think it might be, the best defense out there to have a chance to upset Brady.
Yeah,
It's not just that front four on Washington either. You got a great secondary. So.
Yeah, and Mike Evans, he just tweaked his knee, so they're not at full strength. In Tampa, they've been very streaky all season, hot and cold. But at the end of the day, like if you look at the talent on that roster, I actually think Tampa is capable of putting together the most complete game of anyone in the NFC if they bring it all together, which they haven't been able to do. But, dude, give me Tom Brady in the playoffs. Like, I'm not going to bet against that. And frankly, I don't want to face Tampa, but I think Green Bay is going to have to beat Tampa to get to the Super Bowl.
Andrew?
Yeah,
taking Tampa?
Yeah, I'm taking Tampa in this.
Think it's going to be close?
Yeah, Ian, I pretty much agree with everything you said. I think it's going to be pretty closer than people think. It's not going to be a blowout. I also agree with that. Washington's going to have trouble scoring. But it's Tom Brady in the playoffs, and it's Tom Brady in the playoffs. I don't even want me to tell you. So.
All right, the game on the exciting game. What tomorrow is Bears New Orleans, right?
Yeah, New Orleans. I'm taking New Orleans.
New Orleans by 1 billion.
By at least 2 scores. 10-14 probably.
I think that Bears defense is going to play him tough. I especially think they're going to make Breeze uncomfortable with his broken ribs, and they're going to be hitting him.
Well, and you guys have seen the Bears, so I mean, I don't know that I've seen them really play outside of highlights all year.
I mean,
are they legit? Did you guys see the Nick Foles Bears, or did you see the Trubisky Bears?
We've seen them both.
So pretty much their defense, it's not as good as it used to be, but it can still keep them in games. But Trubisky, the Bears' offense has been on a tear over the last month or so, scoring over 30 points a game, mainly behind their running back, David Montgomery, has been putting up great numbers, and Trubisky hasn't been turning the ball over. But that was against garbage defenses. As soon as they faced us, and we're not a good defense, we kind of bottled them up. So I think the Bears' defense is capable of keeping that game kind of close.
The Bears' defense has to win it for them.
A couple turnovers, and then the Saints blow it out in the end.
Yeah, the only chance Show's got is if they can get turnovers on defense, I think, in that game.
I think Trubisky is garbage.
Yeah, and
I love the fact that he played them into the playoffs, because the Bears might just end up having to re-sign him anyway.
I know, right? That's great for you guys.
They just don't have the playmaker. I mean, Trubisky's not great as it is, but they also don't really have the playmakers compared to the other teams in the playoffs.
Right.
Like Allen Robinson's good, and David Montgomery's stepping up. But outside of that, they really don't have anyone who's like a prolific talent. I've personally said when we did our podcast last week that I'm really high on Darnell Mooney, the rookie receiver. I think in another year or two, he's going to kind of even potentially take over, and he has like a wide receiver one ability, maybe not like like a Diggs or an Adams or anything, but he can be a playmaker for him.
When you
But
like to
they just
think
don't have that.
they're gonna get Tariq Cohen back next year,
Yeah.
along with Montgomery.
And
If
honestly,
they could get a receiver, if personally,
Robin,
I think they could get a quarterback in there. Like they have some pieces, but
Robinson's a free agent though,
right, yep.
contracts have stalled. The contract extension talks have
they
stalled.
might just franchise him though.
Yeah, I mean I think they have the cap to do so.
Listen,
So.
at this point in A-Rob's career, you might just take that franchise tag. I mean, he's still a prolific talent, but
Mm-hmm.
this will be his last contract, the one that he signs probably.
Cody, how much do you think Allen Robertson regrets having two contract offers on the table, one from Chicago, one from Green Bay, and he decides to go with fucking Chicago's contract offer? Like, do you think he's just like, fuck me at this
Hasn't
point?
he made the playoffs twice though with the Bears? I mean, he could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I mean, but I think he knows they've never had any real shot with making a run, and I think the contract offers were pretty competitive too, salary and years wise. So
I don't know. I mean, you got to consider a lot of players. They're probably considering non-football factors like would you rather live in Chicago or Green Bay? And I think a lot of these young guys would rather be living in a bigger city.
well, yeah, it's the problem that Green Bay's always had. It's better now that we have like 21st century technology and we can stay connected a lot easier. But it's always been Buffalo's and Green Bay's biggest Achilles heel is it's been tough for them to attract free agents because nobody wants to go fucking live in Green Bay or Buffalo. Like when you got a contract offer from for an AFC East team, would you want to go live in sunny Miami, with with no income tax and beaches and warm weather, or you want to go live in fucking Buffalo where according to Marshawn Lynch, the best thing they got going is an Applebee's. So I mean it is what it is. So it takes a certain type of personality. Like for someone like Josh Allen, who grew up in like Wyoming or whatever, and he's comfortable with that area.
He grew up in California, but
I think he grew up in the same town as Aaron Rodgers, actually.
Chico?
Yeah, it was a small place in California. It was a small town still.
But dude, it's kind of interesting when I think about it because I grew up Green Bay, Buffalo, Cincinnati. I grouped all of them into the free agents. Probably not their first destination choice.
Jacksonville too. They're small.
Cleveland is able to attract free agents like the
Cleveland's a nice city.
Cleveland also had like $120 million in cap room not too long ago. So, like Cleveland had to overpay players because of that salary cap threshold. Like that's why Jarvis Landry got the contract he did. That's why Demarius Randall got the contract I think he did when we traded him and then they re-signed him or something like that. All right.
So I think this drive will say a lot about this game.
Gas at the tempo.
If the Bills come out and score a touchdown quick, I mean it could get out of hand.
Yeah. So
let's take a quick rundown on the stats just before we start this. So
yeah, you're supposed to be the stat guy.
Don't worry, Josh Allen had a rushing touchdown. So
first half, Rivers 13 of 19 for about 170 yards. So pretty good for Rivers. Jonathan Taylor 14 carries in the first half, 40 yards and a touchdown. But that's only a 2.9 average, so Bill's actually doing decent on bottling up the run.
But tell me about that number of passes and number of rushes there. Holy plays.
All right, good return here. Come on, man.
Come on, Bills.
Robert still on his feet.
All right.
About the 29.
Hey, that's pretty average, but that's the best. That's the best thing that he had all game.
Listen, he could have let it go in the end zone, and
they would have. It's fucking
25.
Fucking 20 yards better than their average starting position. Let's go.
All right, then
LFG, baby.
So Michael Pittman, 4 catches for 91 yards in the first half.
Yeah, didn't you say
good thing I didn't let you leave it at the 100.
Pretty much no one else is playing much of a role for them on offense. You jump over to the Bills. Allen, 11 of 16, 140 yards and touchdown. That
Josh
Singletary.
Allen's got to be their leading rusher. That was Singletary.
Josh Allen is the leading rusher. 6 carries, 43 yards in the touchdown.
What's Moss got?
Zach Moss only 4 carries for 12 yards.
Yeah.
So not much of a running presence. Gabe Davis, 3 catches, 72 yards.
What's Diggs? 1 catch?
1 catch, 36.
Oh, John Brown. Lets it go through his hands.
Dropped it.
No, he didn't even drop it. It just zipped right through.
Man.
Oh, man.
Rusty. He hasn't seen the field enough.
You know,
Watch this. Just
that was a good
goes
throw.
for it and just right through.
What the
Oh,
hell?
my goodness.
John Brown shaking off the rust.
Man.
Hey, 3rd and 8. Don't sweat. Josh Allen is the best quarterback I've ever seen at picking up 3rd and longs.
Well, and did you see the stat there? The Bills were 0 for 4 on 3rd down, and they're typically very good.
Yeah,
So,
very good on 3rd downs. They got it. He got there.
Beasley. There we go.
How do you let a receiver like Cole Beasley, who's a 3rd down maestro, how do you leave him that open on a 3rd down? I mean, great for Bills fans, awesome for Bills fans, but
Makes a guy miss, and
that's just piss poor defense, dude. Like,
push
Dude,
it.
they're
Let's
playing
push the
soft zone.
tempo.
We talk about the soft zone every week and how garbage.
There
it
we
is.
go, Beasley. There we go.
Cody,
That was a nice catch.
Cody,
That
we
was a
can't
pull.
we can't play Buffalo. I just want you to know that. Do you know how fucking pissed I get at watching like lesser prolific offenses like convert 3rd downs against us? Buffalo will convert they'll go a perfect like 13 for 13 the whole game on 3rd downs against us.
Oh, hey, it'd be pretty fun to watch the offensive fireworks, though.
Here we go. Josh looking like Peyton Manning out there.
Two final interesting stats.
Omaha.
No sacks for either side,
Oh, wow.
and Bills punter
Got it.
Way to go up and get it, Diggs. Sorry, Cody.
Corey
Bajorquez.
Yeah,
Okay.
averaging
Bojo.
53 yards a punt.
Woo! What a leg.
Told you he averaged just over 50 yards this year a punt. He led the NFL. People were actually a little hurt when he didn't get Pro Bowl or 2nd team All Pro or anything.
Well, when you only punt 13 times a season.
Exactly. So the funny stat is Josh had I think 45 total touchdowns this year, and I think he had 38 total punts, something like that.
Yeah, we had the same thing. I think Rodgers threw more passing touchdowns than we had punts as well. Devontae Adams had more receiving touchdowns than Mason Crosby had kicks. So
Kicks or makes?
both.
Well, he made all the goals.
Crosby was 16 for 16 for field goals this year, and Adams had 18 touchdowns.
He had 18 touchdowns.
Yeah,
And he missed 2 games.
and he missed. He missed 2.5 games. He missed 2.5 games.
Man,
18 touchdowns for 2.5.
If only you guys had anything else.
Hopefully soon.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling, he actually finished the season with the highest average yards per catch and the highest average touchdown yards. So he finished with 20-something yards per catch average, and his touchdowns were 40 average.
Just imagine if he didn't drop all those passes.
That's the thing, dude. He
Yeah,
is so
dropped half of them.
He'd play for you, and then he drops a sure touchdown, and it's so frustrating, man.
Yeah.
If
You guys,
can put it together.
And I know it's not a Rodgers thing, or it seems to be that way because with LaFleur there now, they used to think it was McCarthy's fault. Robert Tonyan's been all right this year, but you guys have really never
touchdowns for tight ends.
You guys have never really had a touchdown or a tight end, that was overly involved.
Not since Jermichael Finley.
Yep. Dude, that Jermichael Finley in that Aaron Rodgers' first playoff game against Arizona, he was a beast.
Jermichael Finley was on pace to be like a top 5 tight end in the league, the way his trajectory was going. But then he just, had that neck injury, and his career was done.
You guys think the Bakhtiari loss is going to hurt you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't see how it helps us.
I mean, he's the best. It's gonna hurt. I do think the Packers can still make the Super Bowl without him. They've got a lot of offensive line depth.
Geez, Cody, spoiler alert. Man, didn't know we were going to have predictions already.
Yeah, dude, it sucks though, man. Losing him week 17 because he's gonna miss half of next year.
Yeah,
Packers-
oh yeah. He might.
brutal.
We might hold him out all the way until like potentially the playoffs. Maybe he'll play like week 16, 17 for like some warm up games or
Yeah,
something
but
like
how
that.
old is he? There we go, Zach Moss.
29.
Yeah, 28,
Okay,
29.
so he's
Just
not
Yeah.
overly old.
contract.
Okay.
No, but
I was
nothing.
going to say, do you just hold him out all of next year?
Nothing sucks more than Lily making a guy the highest paid lineman in NFL history, and then he gets hurt like 3 weeks later.
Here we go. The Bills pushing the tempo here.
Yeah, I like
Go,
this move.
Josh.
Oh, there we go. Hey, these design runs, so that one they pick up first down, but it was these design runs are working very well for Buffalo
That
today.
one was definitely an RPO run pass option because you got
Colts bite hard on it.
I'm also pretty sure Josh Allen is the Bills' leading rusher in this game. So
he's almost their leading rusher for the year. So certainly not a
oh,
surprise.
safety blitz,
Other
safety,
design
quarterback
and
blitz.
man,
Oh, they read that. Hey, it's okay. They're going to get some points out of this, and that to me.
that
Now
was
you obviously
huge.
want a fucking touchdown, but Indy cannot take the lead on their next drive. And hey, playoff football, we got a game.
Had a victory. You just held them.
Man, he had nowhere to
Yeah,
go.
obviously. I mean, it worked well for both teams. Obviously, if you're Indy, you're really. I have never seen Josh Allen actually get tackled by the first player all season long, except for this game. Darius Leonard had the one open field tackle and that tackle. I've never seen Josh Allen just breaks
There we
out
go,
every
Bass.
first tackle.
There
Bass,
we go.
I'll give Bass credit for the shaky start he had early in the year. He's come on strong. He's been very consistent.
Yeah, and he gives them the at least the ability to kick that long field goal where Hauschka, they didn't trust him over 50 yards. Where Bass was a little shaky at the beginning, but I mean they trust him from to give him a chance from 60. So.
Yeah, right. Yep.
So let me ask Coach Andrew here. You're the Colts. Obviously, you came into this game with the game plan that Jonathan Taylor is the centerpiece, and you're going to run it. You're going to eat clock. And you were having some early success, but the Bills have clamped down a little bit. You started having a lot of passing success toward the end of the first half. How do you attack this next drive?
I'm not changing my strategy at all. I'm keeping the same strategy. It's not like I'm getting blown out yet. Everything went well for the Colts did everything they really needed to do other than not finishing a couple drives. They had to kick a field goal on that one drive, and they went for it on fourth down, and they unfortunately didn't get it. If you're a Colts fan, if they converted those and turned those into touchdowns, we're talking a whole different game here. You got to expect just stay in the game. I'm doing the same thing. Going to feature Jonathan Taylor. Let that open up. I want to keep Josh Allen on the sidelines for as long as possible. Team just needs to start converting and finishing. If you're a Colts fan, so I'm not changing direction here.
It's going to be interesting to see if the Bills can have an answer for Pittman.
Yeah,
because I think we knew they were going to struggle with Jonathan Taylor. And I think they know that's going to be an emphasis. But Cody's secondary, I guess we'll call it bold prediction. If Pittman gets over that 140, 150 yards, it's going to be a game. But if the Bills can figure that out, some way to bracket him with Tre'Davious and maybe Poyer over the top or something, does it unfortunately then open T.Y. Hilton? That'll be interesting to see kind of how that goes this second half.
If I had to use one word to describe this game so far, it would be execution. And Buffalo's just executed better than Indy has in this game so far. I mean, it just comes down to execution. And if Indy can't fix their execution problems in the second half, they're going to lose this game. If it goes the way of the Dodo here and keeps playing the way they're going, this is Buffalo's game to lose right now.
And
So.
I like to think that Leslie Frazier, has been around enough and seen enough that he can make an adjustment
Dude,
here.
I'm so surprised that for the success Leslie Frazier has had with the Bills, and then he had success with previous teams too. He was a head coach of the Vikings, where he had solid defenses with them. I'm surprised he doesn't get any play in head coaching discussions.
And it's interesting, in Buffalo they're talking, obviously Dayball, everybody's assuming will go on to be a head coach. The next question is, will they lose both of their coordinators in consecutive years if they do well these next 2 years? Speaking to exactly what you said, that Leslie Frazier might get the call again for a head coach, and I could see it. He's already the Bills' assistant head coach, but I think it would be his decision at that point next year, if he wanted to stay a coordinator versus making the leap again.
Well, Colts start out with a run up the gut, pick up 4 or 5 yards.
I mean, they're the anti-Bills at this point. They're going to run it every first down almost, where the Bills are going to pass it. And like you guys said, why switch it up?
It boggles the mind how much of a transformation the Bills have had. If you go back to last year in the playoffs, and the whole thing was like, all right, play defense, protect the ball, run it. We're up 16-0. We got this thing wrapped up. But now they're aggressive, like, let's go score, keep the foot
Come on, get there, player. There we go.
See, hey, I'm telling you guys, execution. The Colts are not. If Cody, I'm so glad that we're not goddamn Colts fans, because I would be flipping the fuck out right now seeing all these drops and these like non-conversions. They are playing like dog shit. Indy is. I mean, like, just you got to make those plays. Now, I mean, I'm just trying to provide biased commentary on this, but
I mean, I was just trying to think of like who actually are Colts fans, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I guess they had Peyton Manning for 15 years or whatever. Can you imagine how pissed you would be a Colts fan and have Andrew Luck retire on the team like that?
Bring him pressure.
Yeah.
Get there.
Yeah. He's short potentially.
Oh man, that's a hell of a spot.
If he's short, you punt, right?
Yeah, but they gave it to him.
Did they? All right.
I gotta say, Ian,
that ball looked weird coming out.
Come on, Ed.
A little disappointed with Tre'Davious White in this game, man. Like, his coverage is not.
That should have been pass
interference. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, Cody. I mean, you're right. He only gets a couple opportunities a game usually, and he hasn't looked quite as clean as we'd like.
Cody, you're starting a new franchise. You taking Trey White or J.R. Alexander for your corner?
That's a delay of game, sir.
Good. Yeah, they're going to call that.
Burn a timeout.
Hey, that could come back to bite them in the second half.
Philip, that was not even close.
Last year, Andrew, I would have hands down said Tre'Davious White. I think Jair Alexander has.
So you're still going to say hands down?
No, man. I
Trey White only gave up 1 touchdown, I think, last year. Yeah, I'm taking Alexander though. I like his swagger more, and he's younger.
I would take Trey. I would take Trey.
Look at both of them. Can you imagine a secondary with both of those guys out there?
Listen, and Trey's not. I mean, he's not Revis Island, but he's going to start to lose out on some of the accolades because of that. Because they don't throw it his way all that often.
It's kind of same thing with Jair. Like, he doesn't. Jair had like 1 interception this year, but how many passes did he have thrown his way? Really, I mean, they just don't throw at him. So
it's interesting when you look around the league and the way the game has changed. A lot of times when you have a top cornerback now, they treat them as a shutdown Revis Island, even if they're not necessarily that good. So you get so few guys.
I think it's a game of percentages now.
The only guy I can think of who really piles up interceptions in today's NFL is Marcus Peters. That guy just has a nose for the ball.
Oh, come on.
Oh, man.
That open.
They did get on the first down with an extra push. Did they touch him before he probably got first down last night?
He got there. Where's the
Earlier this
linebackers
game,
go?
I was wondering who the hell the the Colts tight end was, but Jack
Doyle, Trey Burton, Mo Alley Cox. They play all of them too. Play a lot of two tight end sets.
The wide receiver Paris Campbell in the second round a couple years ago.
He got hurt.
At all. He got hurt.
He got hurt early this year.
And he was playing really good ball for them too.
Yeah, he's done for the year early, maybe week 2.
Yeah, he played really well when he was healthy.
Man, Jonathan Taylor runs.
Bill's honest with the run.
Jonathan Taylor runs hard, man.
He does.
Yes, he does. Jonathan Taylor will be a player in this league for.
Hey, so I'm curious, since we have an outside non-Packers perspective here, to step away from the game for a brief moment. Ian, you've got Aaron Jones on the last year of his contract. Do you pay that man to keep him in Green Bay?
No. You want to do what Dallas just did with Zeke?
Well,
do what the Bills are doing. Do what Kansas City's doing.
Zeke is still a good player. Mike McCarthy ruined him. Mike McCarthy just doesn't know how to.
I'm not saying they're not good players.
You can
hamstring you. And you can win championships without a dominant running back in this NFL. The Bills are trying to do that. Kansas City's shown that. You don't have to have – you can have that rotating guy. You don't have to have the man. And if you get him as a rookie, you ride him until that contract. I mean, look at where – listen, Christian McCaffrey, stud. Look at where the Panthers are with him. I mean, they paid him a bunch of money because they have to. That's delay a game, sir. They pay him a bunch of money. For what reason? Man.
I would throw out Joe Mixon as the best example of why not to fucking pay a running back.
Best example for not.
Oh, Todd Gurley too. Yeah.
Go from Super Bowl to cut.
That's just their own idiocracy though, because they knew he had a fucking bad knee before they even fucking re-signed him.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I think you can find too many good running backs in the third, the fourth, and just cycle through them, and you can win
I kind of agree with that assessment. Like, I hate to watch a really, really good player go, but that money can be used elsewhere.
Plus, we have other players that we need. We got Corey Linsley, who was PFF's #1 ranked center in all of NFL last year. I would love to keep him. And then we also have Kevin King, who, isn't like, cornerback 1, but he doesn't suck. He's a lot better. He would be a #1 on some teams. So
is it just me, or are the Colts like running that play clock all the way down to the last second?
Yeah,
every time.
Hey, I did say the Colts game plan today is going to be to dominate that clock. They do not. And the longer you keep Josh Allen on the sidelines, the longer your defense gets the rest.
Yeah, but dude, at the same time, you are behind.
You're not behind that much, though.
But you're not.
The Colts are not.
Ball.
Yeah.
You're moving the ball. I mean, there's
so the Colts know this is going to be a close. The Colts know this is going to be a close game. They're not. They know they're not going to have like 35 points at the end of this game. Like,
they're just hoping they can keep the Bills from having that many.
Yeah, but they know that if they play sloppy, the Buffalo certainly can drop another 17 points on them real fucking quick. So,
and this is what teams do to Kansas City.
Yeah,
we're in a 35 right now. If you don't convert this to points, you're burning up extra time that you could be using.
Yeah, but it's still one score game though right now.
Defense, dude, like they have talent.
It's almost 4 down territory if you can get
this is
down.
I think you go for it no matter what here.
Yeah, if you can get any positive yards here.
Yeah, unless you take a sack.
Sack launches.
Down, hit the ground maybe. He probably caught it.
Come on.
That pass looked like a duck, man.
It looks like it takes so much to get that ball there.
Cody, this is Colts second half football. This is like watching the goddamn Packer game right now. Remember, Aaron Rodgers was barely on the fucking field for the second half, and when he was, there was fucking turnover shit that happened. Like
I was gonna say, and this gets the offense, the Bills offense, pressing because they feel like they have to make a play. And it causes 3 and outs, and then
the worst thing that can happen, for sure. the worst thing that could happen to Buffalo is they give up a touchdown here, and then they get like an early turnover. Buffalo gives up an early turnover and gives it back to Indy, and then that Buffalo defense has to go back out again here, like with still a full fourth quarter still to play. Man, they're already getting gassed. I know those big boys up front. The Ed Olivers, the AJ Epinenzas, they're getting pretty tired right now. So.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about bend but don't break, but they got to get off the field. You know, they've had a lot of third and mediums that the Bills needed to make a play on.
They're finally starting to execute.
Oh, he dropped it.
Except for there.
He dropped it.
Man,
I almost had a late hit on.
So Cody, this is
late
Jonathan.
Hit. Get out of here.
It was a clear drop. He came in there and lowered his shoulder.
Cody, this is Jonathan Taylor's second drop in this game. Like, that's a killer.
Well, and the Bills need to get off the field here.
So,
I mean, this will be the third time that's been third and medium. And,
I think Indy takes a field goal here if they don't get this touchdown, though.
Yeah, I think they definitely take it.
And that's a huge win for Buffalo to have this drive and in a field goal. That's a huge W.
Oh, he had him and he threw it behind him.
Was that Pittman?
Oh, he threw it behind him.
If Indy
goes
miscommunication. If Indy goes on to lose this game, all they have to blame is themselves on this game for lack of execution.
Phillip Rivers thought he was going to stop.
So they are lining Tre'Davious White up on Pittman now. So I'm wondering if that's putting T.Y. Hilton in a one-on-one or if they're giving safety help over the top.
Well,
I'm sure
Hilton versus Josh Norman, you know, I'm okay with because Josh Norman's a long cornerback, you know.
Oh, no good.
No good.
Wow.
That's huge.
Indy is Indy has blown this game for themselves.
Listen, this is not Frank Reich's fault. He's called a great game.
No, this is again the theme of this game, I believe, is forever going to be execution. And Indy did not and they had multiple chances. Indy should have, if they play good football and they execute on all the plays they should have, they could have 28 points right now, I believe. So
yeah, like the special teams advantage they had in the first half, and they did not take advantage of that opportunity. And now it's starting to even out. You miss a field goal.
I mean, this game is a long ways from being over, but it's almost to the point now where, like, there's no momentum. If Buffalo goes down and scores a touchdown here, I'm not going to say it's over, but I'm going to say Indy is – I'm sweating. I'm worried.
If Buffalo scores, it's going to be hard because Indy's going to have to start to press.
Yeah.
They're going to have to start to –
over at that point.
Right. They're gonna start to press a little bit more. They're gonna start to get out of what's been successful in their game plan so far. And I mean, like I said, you know, this is what people try and do versus Kansas City. This is how Pat Mahomes gets down, you know, 2 scores, and you know, all of a sudden just gets in a rhythm, and they come back, and it kind of, you know, snowballs on them. And you know, you just hope that you can contain the offenses long enough if you're Indy to stay in it, and you just want to be there at the end. You know, hopefully, being a Bills fan, the Bills can come, get a touchdown, get a turnover or something out of Indy, get another score, and put this game away.
I mean, I almost don't want to bring it up because it is very early, and you know, I don't want to jinx things. But
so why bring it up then?
Say the Bills go on to win this.
See, I knew he was gonna.
So why bring it up then? Don't do this shit to us, dude.
Well, hey, I had a terrible injury thought earlier that I specifically did not bring up because I'm like, I'm not going to put that energy out in the world.
Okay, let's talk about the W then. Talk about the W, not injuries.
So,
all right.
Let's say the Bills win. You're thinking they most likely face Steelers next week?
Well, I'm going to be rooting for the Steelers, so they play the Steelers. Yeah, because otherwise they play the winner of the Ravens and Titans. And I could tell you I was watching that Tennessee game last week, and I was a Tennessee fan because if Tennessee lost to Houston, the Bills were going to have to play Tennessee in this first round instead of Indianapolis. So I think they match up much better against a Pittsburgh team than they do Baltimore or Tennessee. So I'd rather see them, go to Kansas City.
Well, all right. So let's say, what if Pittsburgh loses? Would
Another
you?
design run.
Oh,
Man.
yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
wow.
go ahead, Cody.
It's a nice little run by Allen there.
Yeah, Allen's
So
playing
they're
well.
leaning hard into these design QB runs now.
Yeah. So Cody, you're saying if Pittsburgh doesn't win,
would you rather face Baltimore or Tennessee?
Tennessee. We've seen Tennessee. We can Tennessee's defense is suspect, and I think in that first time around, man, he gets stuffed. That first time around when we saw Tennessee, we played exactly into their game plan, which was, they scored early, we had a turnover, gave up another score, and all of a sudden we gave Tennessee a 2-score cushion with Derrick Henry. I mean, that's how Tennessee plays. That's how they want to play. And I think we can change that narrative, now. Go to Moss. Well,
Got him.
or go to Diggs.
Wide open for the first down.
I know.
Allen looked right at him, and he's like, I'm going to look for something deeper. Thankfully, they still get the first. Yeah, I mean, I think Baltimore – honestly, I think Baltimore is the better team than Tennessee. I just kind of feel like just something about psychologically, I feel like Tennessee is in Baltimore's head.
You think Tennessee is? Man, I don't know. I think the way Baltimore's been playing.
I don't know.
But you might be right, Cody.
Another design run.
Wow. Don't get him killed. These the Lamar Jackson narrative of not being a playoff caliber quarterback,
This is what I have said in the past is Buffalo's gonna, like, I know it's playoff football and you're playing to win at this point, so yeah, go for the gusto, go for the jugular, but man, I get so nervous when you see your franchise quarterback just taking, like, what I
don't necessarily know. Like,
that's why you have running backs on rookie contracts that are just like workhorses that you don't care about, Like,
yeah, that's the thing. Are you getting an extra 2 yards running with Allen versus your running back? I don't like that call.
Yeah, I mean, I can't explain it. Like I said, this was what it was the first couple games, and they went away from it, and it seemed to be working well. They'd have 1 or 2 a game. I can't say I'm a fan of it, because I've seen Matt Barkley outside of last year when he played versus the Jets and we crushed him, and week 17 this week where he came in the second half and lit it up. I've seen bad Matt Barkley,
They got 15 yards of cushion on the outside receiver. I would have just thrown a bubble screen to him.
Good throw. Good throw.
Yeah, and that's, it's interesting you say something about a screen, Cody. They've typically, during this stretch run of scoring a lot of points, they've had screens going, they've had the screen game, and it doesn't seem like they're dialing up a whole lot of screens. So maybe that's something they start to look at here.
Cody, Diggs has been pretty quiet, but other than that one catch, so.
You think they run a play here?
They also don't need them. They're just doing it all on Allen's legs, and
yeah.
You think they're running a play, Cody?
I think they are.
They're running a play?
I think they will.
No
but
way.
They don't. All right. Josh Allen's one of the biggest fucking players on that field right now.
Dude, he's a big man.
Is he the biggest quarterback in the NFL right now?
No, I think Big Ben's bigger than him, I think.
Tall? I mean, but Big Ben's just like he's just fucking fat these days. So, I mean,
he's a bit chonky, but dude, for as big as Josh Allen is, when you look at his face, he's such a baby. Like he looks like
he's got such a baby face.
Yeah, he's got a baby face for sure.
Now Roethlisberger, on the other hand, he looks like he's been living under a bridge for like 4 years.
Yeah, what do you think he did all last season?
Yeah.
He went with the homeless in Pittsburgh, got back to his roots, got that beard going again, and, really, really remembered what it was like.
Right.
Dude, I don't know if I can remember a collapse as bad as Pittsburgh. Starting the season, 11-0, 12-0, and then
11-0
games in a row. and they just haven't looked good even when they started.
They almost lost another. They should have lost to the Colts. They were down 17 points.
Yeah,
I can tell you a collapse bigger than that. How about going 15-1 and then losing to a 9-7 team in the divisional round of the playoffs?
So, like, I get that. I'm saying, like, yeah, that was obviously a one-game massive collapse. But I'm saying, like, a straight drop-off of, like, you looked like the best team in the NFL, and then you had a substantial period where you looked like trash.
Well, I think people figured out their passing offense, which was pass it short because Big Ben doesn't want to push it down the field anymore. So they started playing to that, and I really think their defense, sure you could say some people started to figure them out, but I think injuries caught up with them. They had a lot of injuries. They had a lot of COVID, and I think that killed them. Both of those combinations, people figuring out what they were doing on offense, have no run game. They don't have to respect that. They don't have to respect the long pass, and their defense just TJ Watt can only do so much.
I think their luck kind of ran out a little bit too. I feel like they should have lost some of those earlier games that they played too. They just kind of like grinded it out and had
any team that's 11-0, usually.
Well, they're not a bad team, but I mean, just
there's definitely some luck involved.
Yeah, which is exactly why I wanted the Bills to play them.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this: despite the injuries and such that they've had on defense, they've still got an elite playmaker at every single level. You got Cam Hayward on the defensive line, TJ Watt in the linebackers, Fitzpatrick in the secondary. Like they are still capable of controlling and dominating a game.
All right, we got 2nd and 6 here. You guys said it's fourth quarter here. Balls in Indy territory too.
You just see how much Josh Allen is accounting for the Bills' yards.
Go
right?
And some nice running by Zach Moss on a dump off, almost like a little screenplay.
A lot of Zach Moss in the second half.
Dude,
a lot of Zach Moss in this game. I haven't seen Singletary much at all.
I would think Singletary's the better receiver, right?
Yeah, I mean, Moss is capable. I think if I had to pick one, especially considering Zach Moss is a rookie, I hate to see him out there with a bunch of pass blocking responsibilities, but he's capable. He's capable. Oh, he finally gets some room. Oh no! Oh no! He's calling him. That guy's calling him down. That guy's saying he's down.
Hey, all right.
Zach Moss is hurt.
Zach Moss is hurt.
Zach Moss is not.
He looks like he's hurt bad too. Also, if they called him down.
He's down.
Yeah, right there. That knee's down. That knee's down.
He's down.
Yeah, they're not going to overturn that.
His knee's down. His knee's down.
Yeah.
He is hurt.
His knee was down. His knee was down. What happened to him? That's what I want to know. You think it was his head?
I
was going to say, I thought it was his shoulder or his knee or.
It looked like the core to me. I thought it would be the core, but.
It's kind of rare to get a core injury on. I don't know. I don't even know how core injuries pop up.
Holy shit. You boys watch this? Is this Tom Hanks in a goddamn Western movie now?
Sure is.
You haven't seen like a million of those commercials?
No, I haven't. My God. Tom Hanks.
Hey, completely off a football topic here, but Tom Hanks, that guy is super underrated. Can you think of a more versatile actor?
Underrated?
The roles he's been in?
Yeah, for sure.
You think Tom Hanks is underrated?
Yeah, absolutely. Leonardo DiCaprio is like. Yeah, Leo.
He gets so many roles. What do you mean? You act like he's nowhere.
No. I say when people think of like the best actors, like Andrew just mentioned Leonardo DiCaprio. Like he comes to mind.
Tom Cruise.
Denzel
That's
Washington.
The same thing.
Yeah. So you think of these guys who, like, yes, they give great performances, but a lot of it is in similar types of roles. Tom Hanks, I can't think of anyone who's more versatile than him. He does so many different kinds of roles.
I'm going to throw out that Leo is the most disrespected actor of all time. Do you know how many blockbuster A-list movies he had to go through before he finally won an Oscar? All those movies, and it took The Revenant, his 37th blockbuster movie to finally win an Oscar. Like his number 37 is The Charm.
But he didn't, which was a travesty.
The Departed? He did Inception, Departed, Titanic, Romeo and Juliet.
Dude, go back to when he was 12 years old. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? I don't know if you
Gilbert
ever-
Grape.
I don't know if you ever seen that. Great movie, but
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio was 12 years old.
Shutter
man.
Island.
Yeah, I thought.
Shutter Island.
Shutter Island. You know, Catch Me If You Can.
Spoiler alert.
Catch Me If You Can with Tom Hanks. He outshone Tom Hanks in his own fucking movie, dude.
I'm not trying to say Tom Hanks is better than Leo. I love Leo. I'm just saying Tom Hanks. People they think of him as this innocent guy. Like, yeah, I like Tom Hanks. He's friendly.
Listen, when you say underrated, Tom Hanks is
I think the problem is the word you applied underrated to Tom Hanks, and I think that's the problem.
If we're doing a
you
ranking,
can't be in 60 blockbuster films and be underrated.
yes,
Hey,
you can.
Let's
No,
go.
you can't.
Let's go take a tour of Tom Hanks's house and see if his house is underrated.
Dude,
Bye,
no,
Zach.
Oh no!
started off.
It's
So
all
we
right.
got,
Hey, it's fine though. It's fine though because look at those
question
numbers.
is-
Those numbers suck.
The question is, was TJ Yeldon one of the inactives? And he certainly was. So
Nah,
we're
it's
down
fine.
to Devin Singletary. Devin
It's fine.
Singletary's it here on out.
Wait.
Otherwise, they
We're gonna
got
have a game with two active
Taiwan-
running backs?
Taiwan Jones is a running back, but he's primarily
Nah,
special teamer.
It's
so.
fine. It's fine. You guys are forgetting about Josh Allen as
Yeah,
your RB1. So,
No.
It's okay. They'll just put Matt Barkley at QB and
Taking
put
a
we're
shot.
gonna take a shot.
That's a
Got him!
touchdown! There we go, Diggs! Woo! There we go!
All right,
Touchdown!
Indy
pretty
is
sure
in
Diggs
a hole.
obliterated my under 50 yards prediction, but I'll take it.
There we go.
Indy is in a hole
Goes
now.
up 2 scores.
Indy's
Way to take
in a
a
rough
shot.
spot. So,
Look at that. 1-on-1. Get out of here. Where are you at, safety?
Yeah, I don't know who the safety was.
Yeah,
recruiting.
They blitzed him right there. They blitzed him. It was, I don't know, 31. Maybe if they show it again.
they
It was
put
a guy coming on a delayed blitz.
one-on-one coverage on him. Why? That is a terrible defensive play call.
There we go, Seabass.
All right, so Bills firmly in control at the start of the fourth quarter. Is Indianapolis going to make a game of it, or does this blow out?
Now,
No, it's a turnover. It's the Bills by a billion, Cody. That's what it is.
I am not completely abandoning my game script if I'm Indy, by the way,
Well,
either.
if you're Indy, you can't. Like that's the only reason you're in this game.
Yeah, I'm not coming out here throwing the ball 3 straight times and then getting
Right.
a potential 3 and out and giving the ball back to Buffalo.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, quick aside, unrelated to the game itself, but I know we mentioned the audience earlier, and you said that they were only doing like the 100 rows or whatever. Man, they still
100 and 200.
not seem up to par. Like when I watch Green Bay games, they got their fans fucking spread out. Here, they're kind of just all grouped together.
I
Listen,
am
it's the
surprised
playoffs, Cody.
that the Bills fans haven't just like gotten into the stadium and said like, fuck this, and they all came together like all in one section
Well,
together.
And it's funny. I see they have like seats that have like, I don't know, a rope or something around them, so you can't sit in them.
Yeah.
Clearly, they've never been to a Bills game because if you're in the 100 level or the 200 level, you just stand the whole game anyways. So.
Also, I am really surprised that like if you've ever been to any venue like a music concert or a game or anything, and you see it's like a lawless land, and you see like available seats in front of you that are like that you didn't pay for but are available.
Right, you're going.
Everyone's pushing forward to get a closer seat to this. Like I am so surprised that the fans that you don't see more fans like super close or like be like, hey, let's go hop a couple rows. Like fuck these guys, you know? Like yeah.
Man, if they keep talking about this floss thing, I mean, Indy's got to keep running it, and maybe there we go. Read that screen.
See,
there we go.
See,
Whoa. I guess there was a receiver in the area.
Yeah, it was.
he was trying to do a screen to
Himes.
Himes. Yeah, man, I'm surprised on that play call. I mean, I think they were going for a high percentage play. That screen kind of is like a run with potentially bigger benefits, but I don't know, I'm surprised.
I guess you think the defense is jacked up after that touchdown that they're gonna come after you, but they stayed home and sniffed it out. So
Yeah, I don't mind the play call by Reich, but Buffalo just played it well.
come on,
Dude,
Buffalo!
come on!
Don't call a late hit.
Dude, actually, before that play started, I was gonna say I'm surprised they haven't used more of Hines, like do Taylor and Hines in the backfield. Hines comes out there and fucking busts one for what, like 20 yards there.
Yeah, almost
Should have
30.
been a
They're
5-yard
into Bills
gain, but
territory.
didn't wrap up.
They're already into Bills territory. Anything but a touchdown is a win for Buffalo.
Yes. Yeah, I think this is 4-down territory for the Colts. You got 13 minutes left in the game, down 2 scores.
Oh, Phillips. Oh, man.
Oh, come on!
Cody. Well, I guess Ian too. I'm just so used to saying just Cody, but did I not say you don't abandon your fucking original game plan? Then this is why.
Yeah.
This is why. Bills are thinking that they are about to abandon their original game plan and just start throwing, and this is why you don't, because these 2 running plays they've had are just as good as passing plays.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's all about execution, though, because if you don't block it right,
Well, they're finally executing on some blocks right now.
Well, yeah, but if they don't and they get met in the backfield, then you're wondering why didn't they pass. Right now, it's just the Colts offensive line. They're going out there and doing their job.
The way Taylor's been running it, only 74 yards is actually pretty impressive.
On 20 carries is very impressive.
Dude,
That's a dub. Hey,
Colts are absolutely marching down the field right now. Like, what is going on with this Bills defense, Ian?
I don't know.
Bend, don't break as we do.
At the beginning of the season, you did, because you're like, great, we can't score and we're just going to be gashed, but as the season went on, you started to realize that they had faith in the offense, that the offense was going to score points. So as long as we had some timely turnovers, made some plays, that was going to be good enough. And really,
the fuck
where
was
you
that,
see
Philip?
Where you see it is in the red zones. They will constantly, unfortunately, let teams run from 20 to 20. They'll get chunk yardage like this, but they somehow stiffen up in the red zone, and they've made more plays than they haven't so far this year. So it's worked out well.
Yeah, you show more patience than me, man. Something about me. I think you're on defense. You should want to obliterate your opponent on every single play. I cannot stand bend, don't break. I want to see aggression every time.
Yeah, I mean, Cody, I know you said there was 0 sacks in the first half. I mean, I don't think there's been one still, right?
No, there still hasn't been.
I mean, that's crazy.
Blitzing, really.
No one's really even been getting a whole lot of pressure. I mean, Josh just rolled out, but
I feel like sacks around the league have been down compared to like years past. All right, 3rd and 4, big play here.
Oh my goodness,
touchdown!
Respond
back.
Oh, come on, this is wide open.
You need that. Hey, if you're an Indy fan, exactly what you guys needed. You respond back quickly. If you're a Bills fan, don't sweat. Don't sweat. You go back down and you get more points out of this. You're still fine. So
2.5 minutes after that last drive was what? Probably 8 minutes.
Yeah,
they missed the field goal.
Dude, that's my problem with bend don't break. Like, yes, if you're eating up a ton of clock, I can see the point of it. But a lot of times, bend don't break, it just turns into quick 2-minute strikes. And how much better off are you?
Yeah, that defense was horrible. I mean, that wasn't bend don't break. That was bend. Whereas the drive previously, the defense just couldn't make a stop on 3rd down. I mean, that drive, I don't even know if they had a 3rd down.
So if I'm the Colts coming up on defense here, I'm spying Josh Allen every play. Probably with someone like Darius Leonard.
No, I was gonna ask you, do you do Darius Leonard because he's so versatile in other areas of the field, or do you do someone
trust
less?
anyone else to tackle Allen. Like I think you need a top-notch guy. Like Allen's clearly the Bills' best player. So you take one of your best and you match them up one-on-one.
So I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
But I think
Yeah.
I think controlling Diggs is
Yeah.
I mean, you can still double Diggs and spy Allen at the same time.
Now Buffalo just got a neutral zone infraction.
yeah,
I'm
but
assuming
then
they're
you
still gonna kick an extra point though. Are they? Is Indy going for 2 on this now? They are.
they're
Holy
really going for 2.
fuck!
Why?
Wow.
Why?
I don't know. I don't agree with
Why?
this. I don't agree.
Well, I'll tell you that the analytics say whenever they jump, whenever you get a defensive penalty, that you should go for it. But
They stop him.
why?
They stop him. They stop him. They
Stopped
stop
him.
him.
Stopped
Easily.
him.
Dude, Frank Reich is trying to lose his fucking job right now.
Why?
Man, that could come back
Why?
and completely
Dude.
bite you, dude.
That is 2 really bad calls by Frank Reich. I don't agree with that 2-point conversion. And I don't agree with passing.
Can you imagine if Buffalo doesn't score another point the rest of the game and Indy does get another touchdown and they don't make that 2-point conversion? It would have been a tied game going to overtime.
That call.
That was your
That
bold
call
call,
is
Andrew.
wild to me. I don't know how you can justify that.
Frank Reich doing his best to fuck up my last bold prediction.
Dude, wow, that's a bad call, dude.
Yeah, don't like it, dude. Even
The analytics say that you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, well, dude, if you were supposed to trust
But,
numbers,
I mean,
all the
I wouldn't do
time,
it.
You could have a computer be your coach. Like at a certain
speaking of
point,
the analytics, what is
Yeah.
I know Buffalo has the win percentage on their side right now, but what is Buffalo has an 87.7% win probability right now. So
I know what you're about to say, Andrew, because you bring it up every single fucking time we podcast.
I'm not bringing up the Green Bay Seattle one.
99%, Andrew.
Nope.
99%.
Nope. I'm not gonna say it.
What was that in the background? What? 90 what? What was that? 99?
She didn't say
Is
nothing.
that what I heard?
She's being dumb back there.
I'm gonna kill you.
Good. So anyway, Ian, what are some Super Bowl
Cody.
matchups you would like to see?
The Bills.
Yeah, but against who?
Bills versus
Any-
anyone.
Yeah, I think as a Bills fan, you just want to see it. We just want. It doesn't matter who they
Are
play.
you-
You just want to
Are
see
you
it.
asking for my Super Bowl
No,
prediction?
I'm asking who would you like to see? Who do you
No.
think would be an entertaining game? It could be Bill centric.
I think Bills Packers. I think Bills Packers. That's my prediction, by the way.
I'm
Spoiler.
surprised as a Bills fan that you don't pick Bills Bucks to give the Bills a chance to beat Tom Brady.
I don't want that narrative. I don't need that. I don't need closure against Tom Brady. I also don't need Tom Brady to beat us. So I think it's
Holy,
more down
you know
to
what?
that.
I never once thought about the fact that Tom Brady could play the Bills in the fucking Super Bowl, and Tom Brady could just be like,
Yeah. I will tell you
like,
the number of Bills fans that are like, "Oh, it'd be so great because then we could sweep the Patriots in the regular season, show we're better than Bill Belichick, and then show we're finally better than Brady." And I'm like, nope, I don't need to do that. I don't need to see that. I just assume Tom Brady loses to the Washington football team. That's what I would like.
I'm hoping he loses to the Washington football team too. I was listening to a guy who like a beat writer for the Packers, and he was like actively rooting for like the Bucks. He's like, give me Tom Brady in the Bucks. I want to beat Tom Brady in the Bucks. And I'm just like,
No.
I'm like, you don't want that. You fucking ask for the devil, you're gonna get the devil, man. Like I'm not
Right.
for that smoke. I don't want that smoke. Like Tom
No.
Brady's already good. Tom Brady in playoffs is like.
Right.
Woo.
I don't need a dude that's won whatever 6 Super Bowls
Hey.
and been to like 8. I don't need to play him.
Hey, go ask Peyton Manning what it's like to play Tom Brady in playoffs. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom Brady took
I
away
think
like.
it's probably Matt Ryan. I don't think there's ever been a more devastating, demoralizing game in NFL history.
28-3.
All right, Buffalo got the ball. 25.
Up 8 now.
And they're up by
Beasley
8. Beasley
with
pause
the
the
run.
play.
Beasley with a run, 3-yard run, basically.
Dude, honestly, these Colts, they've had tight coverage on the Bills pretty much all game. Allen's just been putting it where it needs to go.
Yeah,
And that's where he's improved his accuracy this year.
He's been accurate for sure.
Beasley a little gimpy on that though. Coming off the field, actually.
You'd be surprised. He's looked gimpy a lot of games this year. There's a lot of games where I'm like, is he hurt? Then he'll make like some miraculous catch. There we go. Come on, Diggs.
Oh, Diggs.
What was that? Was that a linebacker? Who did he just run by?
All right, so I have a feeling Diggs is probably up around 80 yards or so right now.
You think he's over your 50? Oh, it's a linebacker that he
just – Well, Diggs just had a 35-yard touchdown on the last play to go with his 25-yard catch he had earlier.
71 yards. He's over 100.
Over 100?
Yeah.
71 in the second half, 36 in the first half.
He's at like 110, almost like 110 right now.
Dude, what?
Sorry,
Seriously,
Cody.
that might go down as one of the best trades in NFL history.
21. Oh, you had John Brown. That's all right. You got Cole Beasley.
Dude, Beasley catches those darts like nothing.
Beasley catches everything. He doesn't drop anything ever.
He's the only one. That's what I mean. He'll get up and gimp around, and then he'll do that. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. You can gimp around.
Does he have a hair sponsor yet?
No, he should be the next Head and Shoulders guy.
He is gimping around. He's like –
He's fine.
He's like,
fine.
He's like,
Yeah, just
Dawson Knox.
Hey, Beasley's a flair for the fucking dramatic. Hey, if I hob off this field, it makes it look more impressive when I make a good play.
Another designed run. What are we doing? Trying to get
Josh he takes an unnecessary hit, too.
Yeah, actually, Colts are getting a little rough there.
Yeah,
Colts are we trying to get Josh killed?
Yeah, Colts are going to get a little chippy here soon, especially if they give up any more points, so.
Dude, I will buy into the designed run situationally. There's certain times where it can be a great call.
Well, I think they're leaning on it too much right now.
I just don't like it. Why aren't you just running the ball instead?
This is like Lamar Jackson design runs. Like the defense knows it's coming. Like
yeah, defense pretty close to the line. They got 8 in the box right now. Oh, backing off.
Singletary. Getting 4.
All right.
So,
if you're a Bills fan
bags. Yep.
You got to convert this.
But the question is, if they don't, what do you do?
Where are they on the
They're about the 40.
Dude, I mean,
Right?
I go for it. I don't know how big Bass's leg is.
They're at the 36.
Nope, I'm kicking field goal. I'm kicking a field goal.
Are you confident he nails?
He can hit that. He
can.
I know the percentage is down, but he can. I just kicked the field goal.
Oh, I thought that was going over to Knox.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm kicking this field goal, dudes.
What is it? A 55? Look at he's like, go for it.
Real good field position.
His leg was like permanently straight. Is he all like messed up or something? Or
yeah, I was just noticing that.
He's fine. He might have been cramping. We're going for it.
Or are they just going trying to draw him off sides? Oh, I'd snap it now. They are not set.
That's what they were hoping for.
I would have ran that last play with the intention.
Oh my God. I hope that if I'm a Colts fan, I hope that Thule guy's not in there.
They're going for it.
No, they're calling timeout.
Wow, I thought they'd want that timeout.
No. Yeah.
I don't think the sequence, man. I would have gone high percentage on third down.
By the way, how big of a fucking turnaround was that offsides play earlier that resulted in a touchdown for Buffalo?
It was huge.
Man, like, I don't even know who that player is. There's a chance he gets cut in the offseason because of that bullshit he just did for Indy, if I'm an Indy fan.
I think Buffalo's going for it here.
I
think they're going to go for it.
That penalty.
Is there a better offensive coordinator, like a better looking offensive coordinator than Brian Daboll? My God. Majestic.
With that beard.
And that bald head.
Just so smooth. They're going for it. They're going for it.
That headset that fucking headset just cradles that egg-shaped head so well.
I'm trying to talk about football. You're over here crying down.
I talk about the important shit, man.
Oh, nope. We're kicking it.
All right, let's go
55.
Seabass.
Come on, Seabass.
Let's go
54
Seabiscuit.
yarder.
Let's go Seabiscuit.
Come on.
Dude, Colts only have one timeout left. I was wondering if they would try to ice him, but no way. They have to save it.
Well, you can't ice someone with 8 minutes left.
Yes, you can. Why not? You can ice someone anytime.
Come on. Come on.
54-yarder. You think they pull out the fake here?
He's got it. Yes!
Oh, that's down.
Woo!
That was a beautiful kick.
Woo!
That was a beautiful
Oh,
kick.
man.
Wow, Buffalo, you are in the driver's seat right now.
Yeah, we can't give up a touchdown in 2.5 minutes.
No, you
There
can't.
we go, Bass. Rookie of the year. Right there. Rookie of the year. Tyler Bass.
Fuck Anquan Bolden's receiving records. Like Seabass.
He's got my vote.
Everyone.
Screw Justin Jefferson.
Dude, it's crazy how good Justin Jefferson is.
Yeah, I mean, you guys saw him.
I would have loved to have had the chance to draft him.
Yeah.
Like, and actually, this is something Andrew and I have talked about before.
Listen, you guys had the chance to draft a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, so like we think that Justin Jefferson was a Packers target.
Yeah.
But then the Vikings traded up to get him.
Do you think the, I guess we'll call it an emergence of A.J. Dillon in this last game, 2 games ago, last game, makes it so they feel more comfortable moving on from Aaron Jones?
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, I think that was the plan all along.
Yeah.
You don't take a running back in the second round, expecting to pay another running back. I'm just really surprised that they waited this long to give him a chance to show himself. I would have wanted, like,
Yeah.
But do you think he's the answer though? Like maybe that was their plan. I mean, do you think? I mean, maybe he's not Aaron Jones, but do you think he's that notch below, or do you think like?
I think he's good enough that we can work with him. He's not Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
He's not as
Right.
explosive.
You gotta consider that that Williams is a free agent too this year. We're gonna lose our other running back who could start on a lot of other teams. A.J. Dillon fits more of the Williams mode than he does the Jones mode.
Well,
then
no, I think A.J. Dillon is much better than Williams, at least. But
He is. He's the
But
more.
do you get into the habit now from here on out of that third round?
Well,
you know,
yeah. So
that
that's
fourth
exactly.
round.
If Aaron Jones, if he signed somewhere else, you're likely getting a third round comp for him, and then I think you use that on a running back.
Right.
I
You
don't
know,
think.
Do you get in that mold now?
I don't think that Aaron Jones is gone.
It's not Aaron
but
Jones' team. It's not A.J. Dillon's team. It's Aaron Rodgers' team. So like,
It's
ultimately,
Jordan Love's
I would
team.
rather put that money into like Corey Linsley, and then you draft a running back, or put it on defense somewhere. I love Aaron Jones, but it's so hard to justify paying a running back. Almost never works out.
I just see A.J. Dillon being more of a replacement for Williams than he does Jones, and I think that we do draft a running back in the offseason, and I think that the running back that we draft is going to be more of a speedster type running back than a big bruiser. So,
Do you guys think? Did you guys see underneath there? It said that 54-yarder was the longest by a rookie in postseason history. That kind of blows my mind a little bit.
Buffalo just setting records this season, huh?
Honestly, though, it's like there aren't very many.
There's not very many rookie. Yeah.
Who latch onto a team. I feel like a lot of times they need to wait a few years before they build up trust, and like because it's so easy to go find a veteran on the street. So like rookies, it's rare that they're consistent enough to stay on a playoff caliber team.
Come on, Philip. Let's get a turnover here.
Hey,
dude, I want to see some turnovers. I want to see some
Cody.
sacks.
Cody, I am ready to make my bold Super Bowl prediction weeks in advance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be Green Bay Buffalo. It's going to be a nail biter right down until the end, and it's going to come down to a to a sea bass kick to win it for Buffalo, and the motherfuckers are going to go wide left.
Instead of wide right.
It's going to go wide left.
Listen, you know what somebody predicted was that it was going to be Bills Packers, and that it was going to be a Hail Mary at the end of the game chance for the Packers, and that the Bills were actually going to knock it down this time. With the Packers being such a good Hail Mary and the Bills already giving up a Hail Mary, they're like, wouldn't that be great? And I'm like, yeah, because the Bills would win.
Dude, Edmonds had excellent coverage on that play.
Yeah, he's like
What a
6'2"
player.
and runs like a 4.4.
He's like, what, 21 years old?
Yes.
Like, dude, he's going to be a hell of a player for you guys.
We're going to struggle to sign people. We're going to have to either sign Matt Milano or him.
The Bills are already talking about doing contract extension with Josh Allen. So yes, it is a matter of time.
And we got to sign Allen.
You got to
what
stop
are you doing?
that. By the way, breaking news: Jared Goff is active for the game today.
Oh, huge! You think he plays, or you think he's just active?
They just said active. They did not say he was going to start. So I don't know. He could be like an emergency backup, like if shit hits the fan and like they're down.
I just don't think. Oh man, gashing him. Oh no!
Oh no!
Come on, dude.
I just don't think Goff is that irreplaceable.
Do you think Indy goes for 2 points here if they score?
No. I guess you have to wait because you've already fallen behind. So you don't take chances until you have to.
Yeah, because then I know it's a difference of 3 or 4, which is huge, but
I don't know. I think they probably do though.
The question is it 4-down territory now, or do they kick a field goal?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or do they kick a field goal?
Well, no,
I think I take the points at this point. You take the points at this point.
Yeah.
Make it a 1-score game.
So, like, if it's 4th and 5, you think they take
Yeah.
the points?
But they want to score it now. Where was the coverage? Holy shit! Where was the coverage on that?
Why is fucking
Milano? Who are you looking
Jack
at?
Doyle?
This
The Bills' ass.
This is looking a lot like the goddamn Texans game from last year.
My goodness, what happened?
Dude, look at that wobbly duck in the air.
Dude, it's because he can't get the ball there anymore, dude.
I know, I told you. Milano's like, Trey, where are you going?
So that was on Trey, kind of. I
think it was.
Yeah.
Milano like lifted his hands. He's like, "Where was my over-the-top coverage?"
They are going for 2. Holy shit! This is big. This is big. This is field goal or touchdown.
So you may as well. I see it. I don't like 5 wide though.
Oh my God, Doyle again!
Got it too.
Fucking eating your breakfast.
What the fuck did you just say?
I'm out of here.
He's eating all. Well, dude, do you think school bullies don't steal breakfast too? They only steal lunch money?
Oh! Okay, I'm done. The podcast is done. I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. It wasn't even that funny, but the way you fucking verbalize it, oh, my God. I'm crying. I got tears in my eyes.
Oh, dude. He's a bully out there right now. I don't know if Ian like left to pee or if he's just going into Bills like I'm.
He needs to vent a little bit. Holy shit, that was funny. But sucks for Bills fan right now. But hey, you're not losing the fucking football game right now. I mean, you're in good spot. You want the ball. You're up, and your offense has the ball. I mean, that's best case scenario for you guys. I mean, best case would have been you stop them or whatever. But 6 minutes to go. You're up. Josh Allen has the ball. If I'm Buffalo, I am gonna commit to draining this clock and coming away with points.
It's all about clock at this point.
Yeah, if you can bring this down to like the 2-minute warning and come away with a touchdown, you won this game. Still,
all right. So Ian, you're back. So let me ask you, because as a Packers fan, we've been in this situation many times before. where you're getting down toward the end of the game and you get the sense that it's going to come down to your last possession. Are you confident in the Bills defense? Like, as a Packers fan, I have zero confidence in our defense to ever seal a game.
He's getting nervous. He's fucking
Yes.
shaking. He's fucking bouncing
I'm
over
confident in the defense.
If
I'm
you're
confident in
confident-
Josh.
Beasley. Never mind. He had someone
That was
better.
Gabe Davis. I'm confident in Josh. I'm confident in the defense. I'm confident in Josh right now to put us in position to at least get points.
Dude, fucking Gabe Davis. Man, what a fine Gabriel Davis. This
You
dude
should have
is
picked
out
him.
there playing like a 10-year vet right now.
Fucking shoulda. Who'd he pick last year that could have been a better pick than Gabe Davis?
Who, you guys?
Jordan Love.
Oh, hopefully. We'll see.
Well, you guys went. Who'd you guys pick in the 3rd round?
Josiah DeGora.
How's he?
He got hurt.
Oh
He's,
no!
Like week
Oh
2.
man!
Oh, shit.
DeGora is like Kyle Juszczyk. Think of Kyle Juszczyk.
So you guys could have used Gabe Davis instead of him.
Yeah, and then he got hurt. Like
He
week
had
3.
Gabe Davis too.
Yeah,
The Bills' line has been holding up so well this game. This is the first.
that's the
I know,
first
that
sack.
was first
Yeah,
sack.
yeah, that's literally the first sack of the game.
Well, dude, and not even talking about sacks, just like general pressure. The Bills'
Let's not-
line has held up.
Hey, this is fine. This is just like a false start. You're fine.
Let's not forget the Bills are still winning.
I did
the
say
Bills
that.
are winning.
Bills are winning, and Josh Allen has
Here
the
we
ball,
go.
and he's going to
Take a
scramble.
shot.
Coming with pressure. Allen fakes it.
There we go, Diggs.
First down.
There we go.
See, this
Woo!
is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if Buffalo is like second and like 45. It doesn't matter what the yardage is anymore. Like Allen can just throw like a 40-yard, like boop, just a flick of a wrist, he goes 40 yards down the field.
Dude, fucking
So-
faking out that free unblocked blitzer. I just got like young Aaron Rodgers vibes right there.
Tell me, I'm wondering if Phillip Rivers' ball looks so bad just because Josh Allen's is so good, or
Josh
like,
Allen has one of the prettiest balls in the league.
ooh, he's at 310
Yeah,
yards, Cody.
It sounded weird, didn't it?
Yeah,
If he
you just set a man off as he throws that.
and Ian, if these are all passing yards the rest of the way here, he would go over 350.
350.
Yeah.
That's a huge one to stop the clock.
Yeah, we're looking at 2nd and 10, 4.5 minutes left, 3-point game.
So they run the clock
So-
here.
If you are
Right.
Indy, the best case scenario, like where the ball is, obviously best case scenario is the turnover, whatever. But if Buffalo has to score, you want to hold them to a field goal, and then you can still win the game with a touchdown drive. I want to make sure that you only have one timeout. It's got to be you want the ball back with as much time as possible. So before 2
Go.
minutes, really. But
Get off him!
it's not going to happen.
Ruffle, young man.
That is looking a lot like it is not going to happen now.
It was a nice run by Singletary.
They're going to be able
Listen,
to drain
one
this down too.
timeout is huge.
For
That
sure.
Indy only has one timeout.
For sure, because they got 2-minute warning, and so this is kind of the last drive. Like they have to stop them on this drive. They can't give up any more first downs, really.
And this is a spot that Buffalo struggled with previously, is that 4-minute drill.
Yeah, they could.
You know,
So Indy can theoretically probably get the ball back with about 2 minutes remaining, with a stop here, and they use one of their timeouts. But they have to get a 3-stop here if you're an Indy fan. That's what we
oh
hope for.
come on,
And
Josh!
he's going to break out of
Josh,
it, though.
stop running backwards!
Oh my God! Get on the ball! Get on
Oh
the
my
ball!
God! Oh my God! Gerald Williams got it. Oh my God, Josh! What are you doing? This is hero, Josh.
Again, hey
What are
Cody,
you doing?
did I not say this to you earlier in the week? I said
You're
I
in
said
field goal
Josh
range.
Josh Allen's. Well, he kind of pulled it out. It wasn't really Josh Allen. I guess trying to make too much
Yes,
happen
it
at once,
is.
but
He's in field goal range. You're gonna get sacked. Go down.
I feel
Hey,
like
this is like watching. Hey, this is exactly like watching Brett fucking Favre for like 15 years, dude. This is I'm watching Brett Favre as a 30-year-old compared to like when I was like 15.
oh my God. Fuck, what do they do now? Like,
You,
you
run
got
it twice and punt it,
yeah. Are you sure?
and we just used our freaking timeout.
I'm second and 33. I'm throwing this ball. Hey, I'm throwing it, dude.
No.
I'm throwing it. I'm throwing it. I am gonna. Josh Allen can fucking pick up this first down. I know he
I'm
can. And
not throwing it.
I'm trying to get back in field goal range.
I try screen maybe. Screen or just a quick slant.
Not with Josh Allen with that fucking arm. No
I
way.
don't know. That was the stupidest thing I've
Not
ever seen.
what you want to be in.
That's fucking. Oh my God,
And
Josh,
I can't
like,
believe
that's-
we just wasted a timeout. That's what I can't believe.
All right, dude. Everyone's got to calm down. Right? Josh is like hyperventilating. He's got to chill.
We were just in field goal range at
I
first and
actually
10.
would not mind at the
Hey,
time.
at least you have the ball. Yeah, they're throwing. They're going deep too.
Fuck, man.
Okay, at this point, um,
No, because they're going to burn their only timeout.
hey, you know what? It's not a bad idea.
Josh had
Hey.
him.
Hey, how about like almost like a Hail Mary play at this point? It's
What? Pass interference?
Pass interference, yeah. You're hoping for no. Holy shit! I didn't even think about that. If I'm Indy, you do
Throw
not
it to
give
Diggs
up.
right now. Throw it to Diggs.
It
Throw
might be.
it to him.
I
He's
do
got
throw
10
in the
yards to
middle of the
run,
field.
and then you're over midfield. Throw it to Diggs right now.
I do a post
Oh
or
my
a dig
goodness.
in the middle of the
What are they
field.
doing? What are they doing?
Wide field goal range.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Why are you
shit.
calling him down?
I think his knee was down when he caught it.
Right.
That was a hell of a catch, though. That very easily could have been an incompletion.
So they called the timeout.
So, question is, does this put them in field goal range?
No, it's at like the 45. Be like a 65-yard field goal.
I thought it was closer to the 40. All right, so they're gonna punt 4th and 19.
Oh
This
my
this
goodness.
keeps Indiana. I can't fucking believe that sack Allen took. Are you kidding me? You kidding me? You take a fucking 23-yard sack.
It could have been like an 8-yard sack if he just like stopped trying to like just break out of it and make more happen than what he was trying to do.
Just take the short sack. Then he runs backwards more, and then he fumbles it.
I mean, you're fucking lucky the Colts didn't recover the fumble.
Yeah. All right, Bajorquez. My goodness. And they get the 2-minute warning. Good. Last week he put one that literally went out of bounds at the half-yard line.
All right, well, let's hope he saved his best for last.
Can't even say this guy's last name.
Bajorquez. Just call him Bojo.
Okay.
Oh, I wish he dropped that.
All right, not bad.
85 yards.
So, all
Andrew,
right.
if
All
your
right.
prediction's right, I'm going
All
to be
right,
so
you guys.
mad.
Hey, fucking Bozo the punter with a pretty good punt there. So, hey, so with all things being fair, I think Buffalo has taken like the next step in progressing as like a serious team. That in years past, this would be the type of a drive where they would give up points and go overtime and lose or
I
like
don't
whatever.
like anything that you're saying right now. It's making me anxious. Okay.
I think Buffalo's going to get a turnover here, and they're going to stop them, or at least get like a 4-and-out. Like this is where I feel like Buffalo has progressed as a team. I think they're going to pull through here.
Steps up.
Well, Indy's passing, so I like to feel like if we know Indy's passing.
Yes.
Right back to Jack Doyle. They're going to fucking keep feeding Jack Doyle until the Bills prove they can stop it. They have all the time in the world.
Do you run it here if you're Indy?
No.
Nope. Damn it, it's not past the 2.
Oh, man. I told you this would be one of the best games of the weekend.
Oh, the last postseason fourth quarter comeback was versus Indy, huh? Interesting.
It's a wild game.
I feel like we're in a good position because we know that
What
Indy's
they're
going
going
to
to do.
pass it.
And they have no timeouts
here
either.
They might not.
Hey, let's also
Here
just
they might not.
the fact that I just want all of our fans to remember Phillip Rivers has never been in a Super Bowl. Let's keep it that way.
Philip Rivers is also undefeated in the wild card round of the playoffs. Told you they might run it here.
It makes sense. Get some
Yeah.
positive yards.
Record overall in the playoffs. Dude,
Sure
and
do.
honestly, when you look back at his Chargers teams, all the talent he had, especially back in the LaDainian Tomlinson days, he should have won more. He really should have. He couldn't seal it. He's not a clutch quarterback.
I can't do this.
Jesus Christ. Do I pee right now? Do I?
Yeah.
All right.
Go for it. Timeout.
I'm so scared.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna make it feel better. I mean, I'd be nervous too. So, but you're up. You're winning. I'd rather be Buffalo right now than Indy right now. So,
Yeah, I mean, and I like to think, okay, we know they're gonna pass it. It's Philip Rivers. Like, make a play. Like Philip Rivers, yeah, he's throwing some darts, but man, he's also throwing some ducks.
you see this all the time in games. You see you see both sides. Where team leads down, gets a score or whatever. But you also see teams defenses making a big play here. Now, one of my bold predictions is when the safeties gets a game-changing play in the fourth quarter. This is good. This is going to be the drive. So, hey, I feel like most of my bold predictions have come true so far. So,
yeah, hopefully you don't get the overtime and this one and
I can't have both.
Play.
I can't have both at this point. I can't have the overtime
sure you
prediction.
Could. You could have the overtime, and then in overtime, one of them makes a pick.
But I said the pick in the fourth quarter.
Oh, I didn't realize you put a time frame on it.
It's a bold prediction, so I felt like I had to be more specific than just
what
a
do you
more
mean?
generalized
You mean
statement.
70 yards for Stephon Diggs?
Yeah, when he was already at 30. Yeah, so I feel like it had to be more of a bold prediction than a general prediction.
I already forgot my predictions. 2 picks, not going to happen. I said 350. It's probably not going to happen now. It was close. Oh, no, interceptions? I don't even remember. Oh, I said definitely not going to happen. I said the Bills were going to win by double digits.
Well, a pick 6 would make that happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Wouldn't that be nice?
Hey, that's still on the table.
Pick 6, and then they throw another pick?
Could happen. This is Philip Rivers we're talking about. He is not now. Hey, if I'm an Indy fan, I am happy with how Philip Rivers has played today, despite the lame duck throws. Philip Rivers has been known to throw some picks before, so.
Well, and if you told me Philip Rivers threw the ball over 40 times, I'd say the Bills won. I think he's about to throw his 40th throw.
Yeah, that arm has got to be shot about this point.
4th down.
I mean,
fourth and 1.
I mean, just look at his throws. There's no there's no tight spiral. There's no
Dude,
zip
I watched Indy and Pittsburgh. This is exactly what it looks like. I'm like, every throw looks like it hurts.
Now, holy shit, what do you call here?
What do you call? You call a pass.
You gotta go pass.
But they go run.
Oh, damn it.
Oh my god! I was like, holy fuck! They had him. Oh,
they had him.
Tremaine knows it too, because you see him put his hands up and just like, oh, what the fuck, dude?
Yo,
they had him.
Good thing about that run.
Look at Ed Oliver and Tremaine Edmonds.
They're playing for the field goal. They're not going for the win here. You pass if you were going for the win.
I don't know. You need
the
first down.
But
you need the first down.
Don't bring pressure.
Dropped it.
That might be a good thing that he dropped that, because that was like a 6-yard pass. It would eat up a lot of clock.
Gives them a chance to slow down.
Now
My
Buffalo
heart is racing.
Buffalo is playing super off right now, as well they should. They are doing like legit bend don't break defense right now. So that goes to show that
just don't give up the big play.
No, if you give up like a 30-yard play here, yeah, I'm gonna start fucking sweating hard if I'm giving up a 30-yard play. But 7-8-yard plays, I'm fucking fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Right, I'm fine with if they dink and dunk with 7 and 8 yard plays to get into field goal range. That's fine. There we go.
Is that Hines?
Signed
my God.
all the way, and they just did not.
Here we go. Here we go. This could be the drive. They can get a 4-down stop on this
Did
drive.
Oliver tip this?
No.
Oliver get this hand on it? Oh, no. It just goes through his hands.
Dude,
I thought for a second that Oliver –
Indy's running backs are fucking dog shit at catching today.
Like, if the Colts go on to lose this game, the running backs drops are the reason.
It's 3.
drops in
They've
general.
had 3.
Pittman dropped.
Yeah,
Pittman
Pittman
dropped that touchdown on 4th and goal. Their defensive back that dropped the interception. I mean, get there, Taryn!
You're
Yes!
ahead of me. You're ahead of me by like 2 seconds or so.
Trey White
Sorry.
with a good play.
Sorry, I'm going to get excited, so.
I will say this. T.Y. Hilton's been pretty goddamn quiet today.
Yeah.
All right, so the Bills defense.
Ooh.
stepping up.
Oh,
Cody,
get out of here. Get
Cody.
out of here.
Cody, did you see that? You see that grab of the jersey?
Get out of here.
I think that could technically qualify as illegal contact.
I've seen.
Yeah,
I've,
not on this play.
I've seen that called for a lot less than that.
Hey, it's the playoffs, baby. Let them play. Don't call that ticky-tacky shit.
You know,
4th and 10.
Buffalo, call timeout.
4th and 10. It's coming down to this.
They didn't.
Oh,
Holy
they
shit! Here
picked
we
up a
go.
blitz.
It's coming. Roger.
Oh, no.
Oh my God!
Fumble! Please say he fumbled that.
Fumble!
Please say he fumbled that. Please say you're calling that a fumble.
That's fumble.
They have no idea what they're calling it. They have no clue what they're calling it.
They ruled it a
That is
fumble.
clear.
That the judge said Buffalo ball, but hey, he's down.
Come
though.
on,
I'm
run
gonna
the
say he's
clock
down.
if you're going to run the play clock.
He was down.
No, Roger Goodell is calling in right now, and he's like,
Yeah.
hey, guys,
That's a fumble.
you need
That's
it
a
might be.
fumble.
It might
That's
be.
a fumble.
All right, so he slides.
That's a fumble. How are you not reviewing that?
Whoa,
Timeout.
whoa.
Thank you. McDermott
They
called
did.
that.
Yeah,
McDermott
he
called
did. They
it.
gave it to him. They gave it to him.
What the fuck was that?
That
You're
was
not even-
McDermott making a play.
But he can't challenge though. It's got
No,
under
but
2
he
minutes.
can allow the booth time to look if it's worth reviewing.
What is happening right now?
It's crazy. It's bedlam.
I think you need to review that and at least take a look at it there, NFL.
Wait. Did McDermott get the timeout in before that play?
Yes, he
Yes.
did. Yes, he did. Buffalo's out of timeout.
Watch. No one touches him. He gets up
Touched
right
him,
there.
touched it. Okay, his knee was off. His
And
knee
then
was off.
and that ball's out before he's down.
No, dude, I got to disagree with you, and I think contact is made while his knee is down.
But his up there, yeah, he was.
Look right
Oh,
there.
Poyer-
That's a
Poyer-
fumble.
Poyer did take his hand off. He was going to touch him, but then he took his hand off of him.
Wait a minute. Yeah, he might just pop his knee up.
Are they reviewing this though,
Yes.
or is the replay just? They're just showing the fans the replay.
Gene Steratore says it's a fumble.
Dude,
I go
yeah.
with Mean Gene.
Yeah, no,
whatever
all right,
Mean
he
Gene
gets,
says.
He gets up. Yep.
He
That's
gets
a fumble.
up.
That's a fumble.
That's a fumble.
That
And they're
is
saying
a
the
fumble.
argument is was Pascal giving himself up, but he wasn't because he got up.
He got up. He
advance.
wanted to keep running. That's a fumble. Bills game. That is a fumble right there. Bills defense seals it. Matt Milano and Jordan Poyer.
That's you. That's you, Andrew.
Here we go. Hey, it
You
wasn't
said Poyer.
it wasn't a pick, but it was a turnover by a safety.
That. Look at that. Comes in with a punch.
There you go.
Was
I would
it
be.
Milano or was it Milano or Poyer that
It's
pulls
Poyer.
it
Little
out?
Poyer.
Poyer.
He got his hand in there and ripped.
Got the little
Yeah.
jab right in there. Dude, that's Bill's game right there. They
Yeah,
have
you
to
know
call
the
that fumble.
problem is they called this not a fumble on the field.
Dude,
That's
I
the
think
Oh.
problem.
So it's got to be clear evidence then, but that's still pretty clear though.
What is in your mouth right now, PP?
Nothing. It wasn't in my mouth. I don't know. It's just like this Chinese
It's a
puzzle thing.
Chinese
I don't know.
finger trap. Oh
Yeah.
no, it's
Yeah,
not.
of course. Every household has one of them.
Oh my god, the sun's in my eyes.
Dude, this has got to be rolled fumble Bill's game.
So it's
They're
got
not,
to be.
and they're not in field goal range yet. By the way,
Roger Goodell's calling in, and he's like, "You fucking rule this a catch and keep it going."
Look, they are not in field goal range. They're at
No.
the 45.
Yeah, they're not. You gotta see the other hand. The other hand doesn't look like it's in though, but
No, because
Do-
the other
is it-
hand is doing the punching.
yeah, is there but
You know what? You know
is there
what
an angle?
You know what I think they're gonna do? They're gonna go with the call on the field.
Yeah,
Dude, I don't
because
think so. I think they overrule this.
this
I
is
think
big. This is
I think
big.
without evidence.
This is big.
I think they go with the call on the
Well,
field.
hey, I feel good about the fact that they're taking their time to actually, like, they're having back and forth discussions right now. They're actually going through the whole rule book
Can you-
probably right now.
Can you explain to me why the Bills had to waste a timeout for them to review this?
Yeah,
Shouldn't
that's
that have
wild,
come up
dude.
from the top?
You got a
Like,
turnover-worthy play that they don't review on their
Right.
own. Yes.
now I know all turnovers are reviewed, but no one's on him.
Now
no
that
one
angle,
touched
that angle shows that he's not being touched. So
Yeah.
Dude, that's Bills turnover. That's game.
But
That
I'm
is
telling
good.
you, they're gonna go with the call on the field.
it's close. Now
Calling
however, if I'm Pascal, man, you know they're closing in on you. Why the fuck do you even get up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
just
dumb.
stay
That's a
down.
really dumb.
You know you should be aware of where the players are on the field around you. You should know they're gonna come after you. Stay the fuck down, dude.
Dude, he's gonna stew on that all off.
Philip Rivers is coming back out onto the field right now.
Dude, to me, this evidence is clear and obvious. I don't see how they can call this a catch. Like that is fumble. It is not down by contact.
What
Clearly
must it be like?
not touched.
What must it be like to be Frank Reich right now, being like an ex-Bills, like Jim Kelly's backup, and then like playing in a playoff game against the Bills?
Will you tell me why they're still looking at this?
Well, they're doing their due diligence.
All right.
It looks like they're out. All right, here we go.
Come on. Fuck!
Oh my God! Really?
Oh my God.
Told you.
I knew they were going to do it.
That's a bunch of
We're
bullshit.
not getting charged a timeout
Yeah.
though.
That's bullshit.
For the
We're getting
sake
our timeout back.
for the sake of fucking competitive play and like for ratings and shit, they're fucking they're
That
gonna
is fucking horse shit.
Yeah.
Call.
yeah.
That is bullshit.
They are doing that because they want to make sure that this game is as competitive and as close as possible.
All right, so it's up to the Bills defense now.
Yeah.
I told you they
Come out-
had to
come
go with
out-
the call on the field.
Had something stolen from you, you come out and you fucking sack Rivers right now.
We need a sack.
Here we go.
That is, oh my
They're
god.
blitzing.
You better stop him.
That's fine. Did he fumble it? He fumbled it backwards.
Wow, that ate up some clock and that got
Yeah,
them nowhere.
ate up 9 seconds. and
So-
they lost
so-
yards.
Call though. The Bills are blitzing and you call.
Ball, the clock's running. The clock's rolling too.
Oh shit.
That's fine. Why are we
Did he drop
stopping?
it? What happened?
Why are we stopping?
What happened? What the fuck is going on in this game right now?
What are
Oh
these
my
fucking
goodness.
refs doing?
Buffalo took a timeout.
Why? Why Buffalo?
14 seconds?
This was stopped in bounds.
Why?
Wait,
He was
14.
stopped in bounds.
No,
They would have had to run up and spike it, and
I think I assume that timeout was called before the play.
Yeah,
Why-
I was
Yeah.
going to say 14 seconds is now that might work out kind of in Buffalo's favor. That play
I don't know.
took a lot longer than 2 seconds to run. If I'm Indy,
no. But they were running the clock from the start because
Yep, no,
the
they
other
called
play
timeout
ended with
before
19
the play.
seconds.
They called timeout before the play.
Indy really has like one shot to get in field goal range here. That's it.
Dude, it's
No,
so
I mean, they
fucking
can
doable.
run up
Well,
and
if they
spike.
do shorter,
I mean, they
It's
can
so
go short
doable.
and spike it, but your dude already missed a 35-yarder. Like, you don't want him kicking a 60-yarder.
yeah, that's a lot of fucking field to go for field goal
You
range
gotta give
there.
him the chance, though.
I mean, they're
He's
not even
gonna
in
be a
field
better
goal
shot than a
range.
Hail Mary.
Can somebody just fucking sack him?
Nice throw, Philip.
Why do you throw it away? What the fuck, Philip Rivers? What the fuck is that?
Rivers was looking for his first read, and it wasn't open, so he saved time. That's
Yeah,
what he's
I
doing.
get the play, but now you can't go short of the first down.
Yeah, you almost can't spike.
Well, I guess you
And
can't
you-
go short,
and you-
but you can't
yeah,
go
you
short of
can't
the
go
first down
short.
anyways, because he's not going to be able to have the leg.
No, there's no time to be able to. There is no with no timeouts. You can't spike the ball if it's short of a first down,
Dude,
and
this
there's not enough time to set up for a field goal.
answer right now. His knees are probably shaking.
What the fuck, Philip Rivers?
What is Rivers?
Hey!
Oh my God! Don't
Buffalo,
say it.
Buffalo's
Don't say it.
gonna get this, guys. I'm
Don't
gonna
say
it.
it.
They have to go for a Hail Mary. Philip Rivers can't even get the
Yeah,
ball to the
I
fucking
know.
end
Have you
zone.
have you
Did
watched
Rivers
have you
end his
watched this
career?
season?
Dude,
Did
they're gonna
Rivers just end his career on a throwaway.
no. I would
Two
pull Rivers.
throwaways.
No, pull Rivers. Put in fucking Jacoby for a Hail Mary.
Right. Let Brissett throw it.
You
They're
can't.
gonna do some. They're gonna do some short lateral. Oh my God! I can't do
You
this.
can't. It's fourth down.
Come on, Bills.
Knock it down! Yeah!
Buffalo wins. CD Buffalo or W Buffalo.
Oh,
it out.
my God.
Shouldn't have been this close because they did recover a fumble that incorrectly was ruled a catch. But Buffalo seals the deal in a fucking nail biter.
That thing wasn't even in the end zone.
I told you Rivers can't get the fucking ball in the end
Oh
zone.
my God! We just won in the playoffs. Knock it down! That's a
Already
play. Andrew, that's the play right there.
There you
That's the
go.
play.
resident Bills expert. You tell me the last Bills playoff win.
95.
They just showed it on TV like 10 minutes ago.
I knew that. Come on,
He's
man.
talking 25 years.
Tell me
95?
Philip
Yeah.
Rivers was not the reason they just lost there.
Philip
Yeah,
Rivers,
it
I don't know
was.
what the hell he was doing at the end.
No, those two throws he did, that was like, I don't know what he was.
I
Like-
do. The first one, he was trying to conserve time. After that, throwing away is not an option. Like, that was ridiculous. for
Right.
him to
I
do.
understood the first one.
Bills defense seals the game.
All right. 24 seasons. Buffalo finally gets their first playoff win. Hey, maybe it's the first of a couple, you know? We'll find out next week.
It doesn't matter how pretty it is.
Nope.
Just matters that you won.
Yep. All right. So Buffalo
And both
plays.
AFC teams play tomorrow. This is why everybody was so mad that the Bills played at 1. I'm like, we get an extra day.
Right?
We get to watch both of our potential opponents play tomorrow.
Yeah, Cody, the more I think about it, the more I want to play on Saturday.
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
it was
so-
a game.
So
It's,
now that Buffalo won, I can almost guarantee that Buffalo and Green Bay will play on the same day next weekend. Because the NFL
Because of Kansas City?
the NFL will not schedule both 1 seeds on the same day. I know they will not schedule both 1 seeds on the same day. So it will be the NFC 1 seed on one day and the AFC 1 seed on the other day. Which now that Buffalo is the winner, they're all going to play in the other game, and so it will be Buffalo and Green Bay playing on.
We'll just have to do like 7 hours of this.
Yeah,
next week.
it'll either be Saturday or Sunday. Now that's left to be seen. So who knows there? KC being the Super Bowl winner, I'm going to guess they're probably going to want to put them on Sunday. So there's a good chance we play on Saturday.
The Bills just won a playoff game.
Let's let that sink in, fellas.
Wow.
Well,
We need
I've
some
got
celebratory beverages.
2% left on my
Hey,
computer.
I heard you just hold up 4 fingers. So hey, drinks go around, boys.
Yep, let's cheers
Drinks
to
for
this
Nels.
and let Ian go have some celebratory sex.
Cheers.
It's what you do when your team wins for the first time in 25 years.
Cheers.
All right, fellas. As
my
I
God.
said, my computer is about to die, so I'm gonna call it. But this has been a great game. I'm very thankful that we had a special guest, Ian, today.
Thank
Valued
you guys
the-
for the invite.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
fun. This is
I
fun.
valued your perspective. It was I respect how composed you kept yourself.
More than us.
Till the end.
Nah, even that was pretty composed compared to us.
Well,
All
you
right,
just
guys.
find a way to win and you move on. That's all that matters.
Well, I don't know how to end this. We always end by saying "Go Pack, go."
Go Bills.
I don't know, like put yourself through a table or something, man. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Go
If you
Bills.
guys just,
Go
Andrew,
fucking
edit
go
in like a WWE clip at the end of someone getting body slammed through a table. I
for
think
sure.
Yeah, I would prefer that.
For sure. Just go like light something on fire that you have around your house or something, right? Like right now, I guess. So in like
Hey, it was good chatting with you guys.
typical Bills fashion. All right.
Good. Well,
Hey.
let's enjoy the rest of the wild card weekend.
Mm-hmm.
See ya.
All right. See you guys.
See you guys.